Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. I am Della Newt, your pilot instructor. First time flyers, I want to welcome you. Thank you for checking me out. Stay a little bit, relax, chill out for a little bit. If you like it, share it, comment, subscribe. Definitely helps me out. Fight family, welcome back, man. You already know what's going down. Let me and you know I'm here with my flight attendant. So I'm gonna let them introduce yourself, ladies. Starting with ladies.
I'm Reese.
Okay, I'm LaShonda, ready for takeoff.
Who next?
There you go. Jump out.
That's all, baby. You know me, see you this twice, the one and only, baby.
I'm 34 and a half, and your favorite cousin from your auntie and uncle you ain't even know you had. You know what I'm saying? I just made it through TSA. Let's get on the way.
Yeah, it's your boy Money Bags Extraordinaire. I put the Money Bags Store Extraordinaire, aka Gemini, aka Let's Get It.
Sir, welcome everybody. Thank you for flying out with me. How y'all feeling out there? Y'all all right?
We're good.
I woke up today.
For real.
So that's what's up. We gotta go. I got a good one for him today. I would like to think so. Hopefully we have a good discussion. Well, I know I got a good panel. Hopefully I got a good story to, cause some good discussion and stuff like that. But before we get into that, Dirt, give us what you got.
I wanted to know if can you truly say you love somebody if you don't know them?
Good question. We're gonna start with Reese.
Can you truly say you love somebody if you don't know them?
Yeah.
I would say no, because what do you love about them then? Because if you don't know who they truly are, you're just basing your love just off of their looks. And to me, love is on the inside of a person and who they are, what their interests are, what you guys have in common, a different connection you may have. So I don't think if you truly don't know somebody, then really what is that relationship going to be based on? I mean, you could say you love your friends, but you have to know your friends on some type of level. So if you're friends with them, I'm sure that you're talking to them about different things. And if you're in a relationship, I would say the same thing. You want to know their wants, their needs, their desires, what they like, what they dislike. You want to know like everything truly about that person. So I don't think my answer is going to be no. If you don't know that person, I don't think that you can truly love them. You may have love for them, but I don't think that you truly love that person. I'm going to land my plane with that.
Panel, family, what's up?
Welcome.
What's good, brother?
Welcome.
My bad, I'm late.
You're good. I think that's a little tricky because I think about people who say they don't really know who they are at the moment. Maybe they've gone through something or they don't know who they are totally. I think I agree with Reese. You have to know something about them to say that you love them. You can say in general, yeah, you love human beings, whatever the case is. But for that person, you have to know something that I think you have to be able to give a reason why you love them. In what capacity do you love them beyond they look good? Because what if they're in an accident or something and now they don't look like that? You don't love them anymore. So I think it has to be built on something, but I think it does get tricky if someone doesn't really know themselves very well and you love them. It might be that what you're loving is maybe them building up a mask, a facade, something like that. So I think it gets tricky because sometimes you don't even know you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't really know who they are. So I think it can get mucky and messy depending on where the person is and what they know about themselves and what they're even showing you, right? Because they could be showing you their representative and you're like, "Ooh, I really like this person. I have feelings for this person. I love this person." And that's not even who they are. So I agree with Reese, but just looking at even how it gets even muckier, it really kind of depends on how they're showing up and are they being their genuine self that you're actually having feelings for. And I'll land with that.
So for sure. Cool, Billy. Welcome, man. Thank you for flying out with us, man. Cool, Billy. You here with us in the building?
What's that music in the back? Who's listening to music?
Yeah. Whenever you're not talking, please just mute up because it's overlapping. I don't want anybody to any feedback while somebody's talking, so it can the sound quality, please. Ladies just went right, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, jump out twice. What
Can
was
you love a
repeat the
person?
question?
Yeah. Can you love a person what?
Go
You
ahead,
don't
Dirk.
know. You truly don't know.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
can you
waste my
love a
time.
person?
I wouldn't waste my time lying to them or myself. That's just bottom line. I just couldn't do it. It ain't worth it. Feel me?
I get you.
I'm
Pretty
back.
much.
I'm
I'll
back.
have to.
Excuse me.
I would. I'm a no. It's tricky, like my sister said. You know. That's a tough one. But yeah. I'm gonna agree with my sisters on this. I'm gonna agree with them. I like. That's tricky.
What was the question?
Yeah. What's the
Can
question?
you truly love someone you don't know?
Hmm.
Go ahead. You want to jump out? Cool.
Uh, I gotta agree with. Yeah, they pretty much. When I was coming in, I heard my sis talking, right? So I'm gonna have to go with what she said. You again, you gotta have love for someone that you don't know, but can you truly love them? Nah, I don't think so because you don't know them. And then it's also same thing what my other sis said, Lashonda. What if something tragic happens where that person is no longer physically beautiful or physically attractive, and now all you have is love? So would you really, you know what I mean? So I agree with the ladies. Ladies is on point on this one.
Can you truly love someone you don't know? That's the question.
Yes.
And y'all probably could disagree with me. This probably could, I don't know. Y'all didn't know your parents when y'all was first born. Is
Mm.
how is two experiences. Even though you have that mother, connection, that genetic connection, you know it, but literally you don't know who the hell or what is going on when you're born. So there's people that care for you, even if people that grew up with their grandparents and stuff like that, or adopted stuff like that. You didn't specifically know who the hell is your caretaker, your parents like that. You built a relationship. So I'm trying to use that as an example of that
Huh?
people could, know one another, or really not that know one another, but you could out of just being,
That's
Does
mutually
that
that,
bonded.
but
count? Does
that
that
also
count? Yeah, that
what
doesn't count.
that does count. But what that does fall under is pretty much that falls under you have love for this person. Again, we as you know, what I
Great.
mean, you when you're a kid, I don't, we don't get that memory and all that extra stuff as a baby, so you don't know. But as a kid, you grow into love. So the love, the stuff that she does for you, feeding you, being there, comfort you, nurturing. So that turns into ultimately love, and you start loving that
Respectfully.
person as a
Yeah, when
child,
you
as a child.
yeah, when you were
So
when you were a baby.
that's what that is. It's not. I don't say. You can't say like, again, I don't got those memories as a. I can't tell you, but again, I'm assuming just by off common sense and having a kid. You know what I'm saying? Children. It's more that will fall under that lane, that category.
It wasn't
Yeah,
over
that's
long.
what I'm saying. It's those things that are built up that are usually because I could say, well, some of the love that I've experienced, it's been conditional. Unconditional is what parents give to you. They have to love you no matter what. However, and I would say the question he says, can you love someone you truly don't know? Sometimes we get in a relationship with people we don't truly know them. We got love for them.
Somebody in the
You feel me?
background.
That's me. Hold on, I'm
Love
cooking. I'm cooking my mouth. Go ahead, do you think?
love or the true definition of what we think love is, I think we sometimes when we say in love, I think we're referring it to on the conditions that we have or relationships that we have with people. It's not like genuinely love, like almost to some I have to, you feel me, without any conditions. I'm gonna love you regardless. You feel me? So can you love someone you truly don't know? I agree with you could have love for someone, but there's things like I said, those things that build up that are, you feel me, little receipts as love. Those are the things that will make you feel me, love. Sometimes love make you do the craziest thing. They say. So I mean, that's how I received it, how I perceive it, and just give my little twist on it, type shit.
So I have a question. Would you meet
Well, I
somebody?
gotta say, I'm sorry, sis. I was just gonna say real quick. Well, you get only person they say only person that get unconditional love from is your mother. So you know what I'm saying no one else getting unconditional love, either a mother or a kid. That's about it. Everybody else is kind of earned and kind of go off how the situation. There's no one
Or
else
just,
that get unconditional love, unfortunately. I'm
yeah, like a reward system. I agree.
jump out the window, sis. Sorry, I just wanted to add that.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna ask. So would you walk? So if you met somebody today and you walk into that relationship tomorrow, you're gonna tell that person you love them?
If I walk into a relationship tomorrow and I'm going to tell them tomorrow that I love them,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. So like you're saying, based on your theory, that when you're born, you automatically come out. You don't know your mom, but to me, that's a little bit different. But if you met
Thank
somebody
you.
today and got into a relationship with them tomorrow, you're automatically going to tell that person tomorrow that you love them.
yeah. And it's not that I would tell them; my actions would show that. It's love until you fucking do me wrong, low key. That's how I operate. It's
Yeah,
all
but
love.
they ain't never gonna know that though. They ain't never gonna know that. Like the question is what it is. Can you honestly look? So you gotta tell that person like look. We all heard the stories love at first sight. I don't believe this shit, but we heard the shit. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But there is a such thing called love at first sight. And you ain't got no shit about the person. But in
So
our
love
in
at
our in
first,
our
so would love
go
at first
ahead.
sight just be like what I said earlier? You're basing it off of their appearance and nothing else.
Pretty much. Like so you can love a person without knowing it's called
Correct.
love at first sight.
Correct.
Right?
I
That's
will
what it's
say
called.
they say it's love. I think it's more lust, lust at first sight. I won't want to say love because again, we just got finished all agreeing that you have to know someone to be able to love them truly. So you know what I'm saying. You may have love for that person at first sight, maybe if you want to even go there. But I would say, me personally, I would say more lust at first sight. Like, oh, because it's more physical than anything. You don't even know this person. You just seen her beauty. Oh, this person was attractive to you. This person did something to you. She could be a piece of shit person. Treat you like shit. You know what I'm saying? The most
Yeah.
worst person in the world. But again, you just going off by the first glance. So
Yeah, it's low key lust,
or
but I've
or
been
or
saying I'm
or
going
or
into it
or,
with.
or
Hold on a second.
it
Hold on
could
a
be your
second.
vibes too.
I would say is not so much lust. I could say that I'm going into it with unconditional love, and it's not until something happens that I have to put conditions on it to how I gotta love you or how I'm gonna let you love me. Because now I'm finding out, you feel me, whether it's similarities or you feel me, whatever the fuck we got going on, whether it's, you feel me, agreeable or non-disagreeable, then
I was gonna say you gotta agree to something.
that's when I guess conditions come out. You feel me? But yeah, me myself, I'm gonna go into unconditional. Yeah, I'm gonna have love for you. It's love in the beginning, and then we find out how either our love is gonna get stronger or it's gonna go apart. Either or.
Yeah, I think that's how we're supposed to
But
go
I
into
don't think that's love.
relationships.
Go ahead, sis, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, I think that's how we're supposed to go into relationships. We don't because we've been wounded, we've been healed, we got guards up, we're trying to protect ourselves.
Right.
But I do think we're supposed to go into it exactly the way you said, Eleanor, is go into it with like full love on. And like, if we're going into this, let's go into this wholeheartedly. Because people say, oh, I love you with all my heart. But yet they got guards up, they got their defenses up, they still keeping you at a distance. And that really isn't I'm loving you with my whole heart. I'm
Exactly.
loving you with these conditions, with these boundaries, and I'm kind of guarding against you because of my past baggage I'm carrying with me, not because of who you are as a person. So I do think sometimes we absolutely go into relationships carrying all this old baggage, talking about I'm not carrying it, but you are if you're guarded and you're all defensive and you're not opening your heart or being vulnerable or whatever the case is, then you are carrying that old baggage and judging this person off of what you've been through. But I do think we're absolutely supposed to do what you do, but I don't think many of us are there. And I know
People
I'm
can't.
not.
Or
I'll land with that.
would you call that delusional? You call that delusional?
People can't be
No,
loved like that.
no, that's real love. That's like that pure divine godly love that we're supposed to go into relationships with. But we all come with like, oh, I've been through this, I've been through that, so I'm not
Right,
necessarily gonna
right,
do it. Yeah.
right, right.
You know what's funny about that? When you have those things, essentially, because you're only giving the new situation a halfway situation, you're maybe creating problems within that new situation that now create the issue that you was trying to avoid, but you're creating it because of your issues and your things. You're perpetuating the outcome, and then when the outcome comes like that, you're like, "See, I knew it was gonna come, but nah, you made it happen. You made this shit happen."
Right, right, exactly.
Dirt, what's your answer? How can you love someone you
Um,
really don't know?
I asked that question. Somebody, please mute yourself, as the music is
Mute up,
killing me.
mute up. We hear stuff in the background, please.
But what I was gonna say was I had that question had that question because of the fact that hold on.
Hey, somebody gotta mute that button.
I got you. I got you. Twice.
All right. Yeah. I asked that question because of the fact that I think it's funny we can hate somebody we don't know. And hate is the same emotion as love, just in the reverse. It's an intense version of something. Like love is an intense version of liking somebody. Hate is an intense version of disliking somebody. So it's the same thing. So it's like where you might say, "Oh, I can't love somebody I don't know," but in fact, if you hated somebody, you're like, "Yeah, I hate that motherfucker."
Good love.
you you don't even know him. How do you
Right.
know
And
him?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
And
definitely get that.
in the same breath, when again when you are like when you love somebody, everything they do can kind of be a confirmation of that love at certain moments. It's like, oh shit, you made gravy and biscuits. I love you. How you know I like biscuits with my gravy? See, that's why I love you. You know what I mean? The same way a person that you love, the same things a person that you hate can do. Our emotions don't change that much a lot of times because the person we willing to lie to is ourselves, or the idea of what we want is what we want. So we're willing to use anything as identification tokens to confirm our belief. I knew I hated this motherfucker for a reason. you gonna make grits, but come on, who the fuck want to eat grits at this time? And biscuits is all hard and shit. Now you know the same thing that you can love a person for, you can hate a person for. So I think that it was going to go to my next question, which was going to be if we don't know, if we don't feel unconditional love, how can we ever truly say we feel love at all? If our love always comes with conditions, do we truly feel love? And do we even know what it means to feel unconditional love? Because honestly, until I got in recovery and was dealing with my sponsor, I didn't realize that throughout my life I had experienced, because at one point I would have told you that was the first person to ever unconditional love me, but that's not real. You know, Nooch has done that for me. You know, Reese a lot of times has done it for me, even with her headaches of it. You know, I have felt that sometimes. You know what I mean? So even DeVille, you know what I mean? So it's like people have unconditionally loved me at moments. However, I think that when I was being raised by my parent, we always look at that as a pure love. But really, parental love is one of the most conditional loves that teaches us to love conditionally. Because a parent has to tell you, clean your fucking room. And if you didn't clean your room, they can't be lovey-dovey with you when you didn't clean your room. And that's the same situation that we experience in a relationship when you're telling somebody, I can't be lovey-dovey with you because you didn't wash the dishes or you didn't put your clothes in the dirty clothes. This is what we've been taught. This is how we've been taught to love. Instead of like, we've been taught to complain to the people we love. And that complaining and still being around you means I love you. Because your parent complained to you and they didn't kick you until they kicked you out or whatever. So you feel like, you know what? If this person loves me and doesn't kick me, if this person complains but don't kick me out, I mean, they love me. See that? They complain, but they, and they thinking the same thing. Look, I love you. I'm complaining, but I'm not kicking you out. But I'm still mad about you not doing your laundry. And I'm not saying you should or not do your laundry. You probably should do it. That makes sense. However, to me, unconditional love would be a different way of developing that or realizing that might be your shortcoming in handling that in the way that it gets handled. I was watching this fucking show the other day. This lady said she burned this nigga clothes because he left it in the chair because she was mad he not putting it in the dirty clothes. He leaving it in the chair. So she set his shit on fire and sent the nigga a video of his clothes burning. Right, and she was so like she was just and I'm like, yo, like you talk about these bruises we get. I think the most bruises we get, and this is no offense to anybody, parent, because I love my mother, you know what I mean, God rest her soul, but it's from our parents. These people probably weren't loved, and they're trying to teach us love or love us. And most of my grandmother, God rest her soul too, was an alcoholic. I know she didn't really have a mother. She had a lady who had her, and my grandma got her life together and died sober. She did die in the program. She got sober. She was a nice lady and all of that in the end. But that took a lot of time and medication and therapy and shit. My mother didn't get that lady. So then the lady I got, even my mother, she had a son 20 years after I was born. I didn't get the same mother he got. She got that nigga. I'm like, yo, she taking him to basketball games? Like, what? He was a basketball, but and I'm happy he got that to see that from it, and I'm happy I got to see it too. But it's like a parent is the most learn on job situation, and so is a relationship. You're learning on the job. It's not something we don't give no credit for that, but we'll give you the conditions and use it as identification of whether you're a quality of person or not. Because we feel like if you're not a good person for me, you're not a good person. If you're not a listener, you're not a good person. If you don't pay attention to what I'm telling you to do, you're not a good person. And I've been guilty of that millions of times. But I guess the question is, if we don't love unconditionally and not love without conditions, are we ever truly in love? Can I ask that one too? Can I throw that one out there?
Yes, sir. Who want to jump out? Jump out before I call somebody. Oh man, this ain't no guy. This ain't church.
All right. Say the question one more time.
Can we ever love if we don't love unconditionally? Are we ever truly loving? My bad. You know, I only got my GED. I probably. But are we ever truly loving if we're not loving unconditionally?
I think we are loving to our capacity. And I think everyone has a different capacity because of how we show up. And I totally agree with everything you said. You know, I'm a mom, and I've said this to my kids. I'm a mom who sent my kids to therapy. And I told them that early on because I knew I was going to make mistakes. And each kid I have a different relationship with because they're different people. So, so it's grown and it's developed. And at sometimes I like this one better than I like that one because that one seemed like they were acting like an ass. So that's just the way it was. But I think from my parents, you're absolutely right. I was raised by wounded people. So, and they were hurt. So, hurt people hurt. So, I learned a lot of bad behaviors and I learned a lot of conditioning. I grew up with a mother who was a single mom, and then we went with my grandmother and lived with her. And my grandmother was that hardcore. I call her OG. For real talk, she was OG because my grandmother was one of those who disowned her daughter and was like, "You're not allowed to say her name." And she just disowned her because she changed religions. And we were right. And we weren't even allowed to speak her name in our house. So, she was like real hardcore. So
Oh no.
growing up with that and living in the house with someone like that, that's a big condition of love. Like that was huge. That's the daughter you gave birth to and everything. And, I always say the universe has a great sense of humor, the divine does, because when my grandmother got old, guess who took care of her? That same daughter that you just
Voldemort. Voldemort.
right? Hello. Exactly. That's what she felt like. Trust. My grandmother was quick to call somebody the devil to your face and everything else.
My grandmother too.
Yeah, she called you the devil. Like she said, you're the devil. So she didn't have a problem with that. She wasn't like the sweet old kind doesn't speak. Oh no, she called you to your face. But that's who took care of her in the end because that was karma. But I do think we love to our capacity at the moment. When I was younger, those relationship I was in, thank you for some of them still being my friend right now because I wasn't as healthy as I am now. I wasn't as healed as I am now. So my capacity to love now is way different and in a different way. Like I don't have as many conditions like I used to have in the sense of how I love. And a lot of people have taught me that. My clients I've dealt with over the years have taught me that. My relationships with my kids have taught me that. I don't expect perfection. I expect as a human being, you're going to make mistakes, and so am I. And the key is how do we deal with that? That's really that's the energy of my marriage. It's like we don't expect anyone to do anything perfect. We just expect to come to the table and work it out. That's just really the parameters because we made a commitment and you got to be a person of your word, right? You say my word is my bond. So, hey, look, you got to be that person. So I do think we love whatever condition we're at that moment. And I don't know if most people have experienced consistent, true, unconditional love because a lot of us are dealing with people who are hurt and put conditions on it, put conditions on their heart. They're guarded, they're this, they're that. So I don't know if we've ever experienced that besides moments like you talked about, Dirk, like those moments in time. I don't know if we continuously have experienced that unconditional love because I know for me, I personally didn't give it early on in my life. I think now I can be friends with exes and things like that because I've learned some things and I can see them as people and that they just made mistakes and they were doing the best that they could. And I don't take it personal. Like I'm not angry with anyone I broke up with or they broke up with me. But that took work and that took some healing and some growth to do that. But that unconditional love part is really, really hard because we're always trying to protect our heart, and we don't want to feel the hurt and we don't want to feel the pain. So it's harder to open that heart up and leave it open because we're afraid just in case. We come from a space of, yo, I gotta protect myself, especially North. What? New York? Yo, I ain't protection. We grow up in that environment. So that doesn't lean to, open heart and free love and just, no, it didn't lean to that at all. You didn't walk the streets like that.
We're
You
not San
crazy if you
Francisco.
did. Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So I think all of that played that role in that guardedness. So yeah, I think maybe spurts of it, like you said, I've had spurts of it, but I don't know if I say I live in that space of unconditional love. I'll land.
Thank
I
you.
don't know what that shit is. I really don't understand what the fuck it means. What's the definition? Who gives a fuck? How you supposed to? I say if that person matching the energy, you know, you go with it. You're gonna get hurt regardless. It's gonna be happy moments. It's gonna be sad moments. It's gonna be mean moments. It's gonna be every type of moment or feeling that we can feel. But if you don't leave that person, what does that mean? I think that's love, right? I hear everybody, well, most of the people so far on the panel, but we don't really know what the fuck love is, or even having a discussion about it, because we talk about hurt and then baggage and then kids, and we know we're supposed to love our kids, not to piggyback, but everybody's gonna repeat it. We're parents now. We're trying to change the narrative of how we got love, and we ain't good at it because we were taught wrong, piggybacking. Feel me? So we don't know and stop playing with something we don't know. Not even marriage gives you love. Because in the corners, I can't stand, I can't hate. Even in church, you see how them niggas act. It's supposed to be a holified, joyful place. Coming as you are, and we'll love you. So many rules and regulations to this shit, it ain't true. Right? So if I can not leave that person, I think that's love. Because every day people change. They got an attitude. They're quiet. They don't want to talk. They want to talk. You don't want to talk. They want to go. You don't want to go. You want to go. They don't want to go. You got to deal with people. But once you do a good, you know, 12, 14 years with that person, that's fucking love. You ain't worrying about the baggage no more. Because you did 7 years with the person. You ain't bringing on no cheating to you. He's true. She's true. Wherever we go through, don't nobody know. It's our business. That's love. I'm not saying we ain't got it or the panel's not doing it. You step outside of that. You step outside of like love, man. You don't love nobody, but you damn sure don't love yourself because you ain't true to yourself. Love is worth. Love is not to have to say love. You don't have to say I love. It's not even good to hear. Like, yeah, I just did. We're in a 12-year bid. I don't gotta say I love you. When you ain't gotta say it, I think that's love. I want to understand that's love. You ain't gotta say it. I land my plane.
Good point.
Respectfully, I'll jump out. Let somebody else go. Somebody else going. Yeah. I'll, I'll go. I heard everybody on panels. Yeah. Me personally, I got unconditional love from my mom. Fuck ups, not fuck ups, did it bad, disappointment. It was all the same. It never deterred. It was never a momentarily thing. It all stayed the same. It was the same love. I still got gifts. I still got toys. I still got whatever I wanted, and it was just unconditional, no matter what. So that's what I experienced personally. So that's how I kind of led in my relationships. So that's why it's kind of easy for me to walk away when shit gets crazy. Because when I'm like you, Luch, like you just got finished saying, like unfortunately, my last situation has taught me to put guards up and protect. You know what I'm saying? The experience made me Hold on a second.
Reese, you want to hop out till he come back?
Yes. So I'm going to agree with LaShonda a little bit on this one. I do think that people love to their fullest ability at that moment. And I do think that a lot of the not loving somebody unconditionally comes from your own traumas and your own hurt and pain. And then also in a relationship, if you truly love your partner, you don't want to mistreat or abuse them. And I think that once they feel that, even if they're giving you unconditional love at that time, they start to go backwards because now they're feeling like they're mistreated. So now they're going to start putting those walls back up and not fully love you unconditionally. Again, I'm going to be honest, like LaShonda, I have struggled with that for a long time. I'm learning now more to love people unconditionally and love them where they're at in their life at that moment, because everybody's changing on a daily basis. So if you're trying to become a better person and grow, you might end up changing certain things that person, like, you know, if you're with that person for a long time, that might be a new thing to your partner, where you now have to allow them the ability to grow and start loving you unconditionally at that point, because that is something new of you as a person. So if you got with somebody 20 years ago and they didn't like ice cream, and then tomorrow they turn around and like ice cream, then that's something new that you have to adapt to now. So I think that that's where you start seeing the spurts of conditional and unconditional love come in. And that's where you start seeing walls come up and walls go down, is that as people are growing and changing, there's new things now that you have to love about that person. And it might not be the easiest thing at that moment. You might have to learn how to love that person now with that new thing that came up. So I do think that you can truly love somebody, even if it's not unconditionally at that moment, because hopefully your goal is to love them through all of their mistakes, love them through all of their errors in life, because nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But again, remember, a mistake is something that you learn from and you build. A mistake is not something that you repeat over and over and over and over again and keep saying, oh, I fell on the ice. Oh, I fell on the ice. Like, if you make a mistake and you grow and you learn from it and don't keep repeating it, then it was a mistake. It becomes a habit if it's something that you keep repeating over and over. And you can't expect somebody to sit there and just allow you to keep mistreating and abusing them, and then you expect unconditional love, because then that means that you're not giving them unconditional love. So I do think that it touches on a lot of that parts of where we were saying that at moments in your life you have felt unconditional love, because again, then that wall goes up, which blocks it from allowing you to love somebody unconditionally. And I don't even think as parents that we love our children unconditionally. There's moments in life where you be like, what the fuck? Like, I try to love my children unconditionally, and I'm going to say I'm not a perfect mother by no means. I've had my errors, my faults as a parent. And at times I could say that I probably look back in my life and say, damn, I probably didn't even love my own child unconditionally at that point. And I don't think that our parents probably always loved us unconditionally. And that goes back into how you're raised, and then you're becoming an adult and you're taking that into your adulthood. So now that's where that trauma is coming from, which is preventing you in some areas of loving somebody else unconditionally because you didn't receive it. And I don't think that anybody in this world can sit there and say that they love somebody 100% unconditionally every single day. I don't think that it's real. I don't think that it's something that's very common at all, because again, you're growing, you're becoming better, you're learning different values. Some people are starting to set boundaries that maybe never set boundaries ever before. So I feel like a lot of people want unconditional love, and I'm sure that everybody wants to be loved unconditionally and loved for who they are at that moment. But you also have to be willing to love somebody else unconditionally through their faults, and then also honoring your own faults. And that's where that, accountability part comes in. If you're not accountable accountable for your own shit, how do you expect somebody else to be accountable for your shit? So my answer is going to be, I think you can love somebody to the best of your ability at that moment, and you can keep working and keep trying to get over hurdles to continue to love them to the best of your ability as you are both growing. And I'm going to land my plane with that.
Shit, man.
Hey.
Cool, Billy, you back in the building?
I'm back. Yeah, but I disagree with you. But again, everybody got their own truth. Everybody was raised how they raised. So again, loving from your ability is totally correct. I agree with that part. But it can be done. If you do it, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get that reciprocated. You get what you put out. Always. You get what you put out. Now, like I was saying, yeah, me personally, again, I was raised with unconditional love. I'm like letdowns, disappointments. I was outside, did it all. Nothing changed. My mom showed up every motherfucking time. She ain't not one point didn't show up. The only thing I can say my mom honestly lacked on was, she wasn't the lovey-dovey mom. I ain't get the hugs and the kisses and shit. You know what I'm saying? She was more gangster and shit. Like, that's about it. So everything else, pretty much, she showed up with. Same thing with my grandmother. And that could be from my grandmother type. She probably learned that from my grandma. So that's probably where it passed down to, where they ain't really the lovey-dovey types, where hugs and kisses and all that. Like, you know, niggas give me daps. Like, yeah, no doubt. I see you. Shout out. Good job, nigga. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how it was for me. But respect for everybody. Everybody was brought up different. Everybody's tree was different. And I hear you. And I know people. This is what y'all saying. So I seen a lot of y'all situations within my friends group. So I understand wholeheartedly. But I had mine was a little different.
But
I'm good.
Spice. You hear us?
No, I hear you.
What was the question, Dirk?
Can you ever say you truly love if it's not unconditional? Something like that, yeah.
I mean, shit. I feel motherfuckers doing that shit anyway, regardless. Everybody do that shit, even though you shouldn't, I guess. You know what I mean? But everybody got different situations, like y'all all saying. I hear everything. I agree, disagree with certain type of stuff. You know what I mean? Whatever. I can really relate to all of this. I got a whole bunch of stories because I'm telling you, I've been through some stuff. But I really can't go too deep into it right now. This is not a good time. You already heard the fucking scream, part of my language. You already heard the scream, and you had to fucking nuke the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Shit is crazy. But I love my life. You feel me? So it takes a lot to fucking. What's up?
And that's what's crazy. You have to love your life.
If
I like that. You have to love your life.
Something wrong with
I like that.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a hot minute. We've been together for 30 years, probably better. Love her to death, whatever. She my son, all that we got. Whatever. It's a lot though. Been through mad shit. But I'm still here. We still doing this shit. You feel me? And it's not easy. So whoever's in a relationship, you know what I mean? And if you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Thank you.
Don't waste your fucking time doing all that bullshit, man. For real.
Yeah, I went the long run.
I'm just not with it. I'm here doing what I do. May not be happy every day, whatever, but life is a motherfucker. Never gonna be happy all the time, but you know, it's what it is.
That's what I said. If you with that person for 20 plus years or 10 plus years, that's love. You dealing with, and she's dealing with what y'all doing in a relationship.
Do some shit. Don't worry.
Yeah. That relationship is some goddamn high where y'all both high. No, nigga. We from the hood, man. We from the hood. We didn't get the luxury of having money like that and getting that lifestyle. Nah, we from the trenches. Whatever this shit is, nigga. If I'm 10 years in, not being a man, not being a man, but being a man, that's love. That's dedication and hard work. Okay, you put me through some crazy shit. I can go see if the grass is greener on the other side. Usually they say it ain't. But come on, man. Let's be real, man. Everybody coming through with that baggage, trying to love something. Spend 10 years with that person. Don't do shit, but love that person. Spend 10 plus with that person. Have a couple of kids. Hang with your friends. She hang with her friends.
I'm not saying I
In
love
your
all
ear out
the
there.
I'm not saying I love everything that we've been through. It's life is life, but I just love that I'm still up there on this motherfucker getting
But
shit
it,
again.
it, it teaches you to be stronger.
Oh,
It
very
teaches you
strong.
not to walk the fuck away.
Very
Because I
strong.
already did. I did 10. Now what I look like going to do something else. To have another problem. I'm trying to deal with 15 of her problems.
I look at it like that too.
And then if I could deal with that, I'm not putting nothing on my goddamn plate. Now it's 13 years. Nigga, that's fucking love, bro. That's what it should all boil down to. That's what our parents had if you had the parents. They was together forever. Their mother and father was together forever. Let's get back to that. That's love. Fuck is y'all talk about? That's love.
Shit's crazy, man. Crazy.
It's weird, but I strive to be who I say I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be humble. I ain't gonna do the bring me another attitude.
I gotta get my raps out.
I ain't. I'm not happy, and I'm happy. Love is an emotional roller coaster.
I gotta
Just try
smoke.
to do that shit. Just try to do that shit for 15 years. Just try to do that emotional roller coaster for 15 years with one person, and no one knows, and everybody's going through the same shit. We sup- it's supposed to be that.
Respectfully.
You really
Dirk,
want to
what's your
get. You really.
Dirk, go ahead, jump out.
Um, I agree with a lot of things that was said. I disagree with things. I feel like one thing I think Reese said was the feeling of abuse. It's a fact you feel, but it's not always your feelings are not always facts. And I feel like a lot of times we'll connect past things with that. Like if you ask somebody how they being, if you ask somebody how they're being abused, it's like, how are you being abused? What happened? Like you get beat up? Oh, nah, they didn't answer my call when I called. Or something just like, so I think unless you're really truly being abused, where somebody's purposely calling you names, beating your ass every day, and all type of shit like that, and calling you out your name every chance they get, that's abuse. That to me is abuse. And then that would be a whole different conversation. However, I feel like while I do agree that people love to their capacity, I think that that would be part of the unconditional love, the idea of loving a person how they love me. I don't agree with Jim where he's saying just the time means something because it doesn't mean it means what it means. It's time. I don't love the prison. I was in jail for 23 months. I don't love that motherfucker. I was there for some time. I ain't started to love it. I think that you not leaving can be a sign of multiple things, but it can be a sign of love, but it ain't the ultimate sign. Going through something, that could be another thing. It's like, yeah, it's like what you're going through and how you let it weigh, how you gonna let it weigh on you. I know personally, I can't say I've been up and down emotionally the whole time in my longest relationship, which is the one I'm in now. I don't go up and down. I don't. I thank God that I don't have as much emotions as a lot of people. I'm not very emotional. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Sometimes I guess I could be jealous of people having so much emotions because it seems like they're having so much fun with it. But then other times I'm happy that I don't have as much emotions because it seems like it's driving y'all fucking crazy. Um, I know for me personally, I think that it's an agreement that's made. I'm gonna love you unconditionally, and I'm gonna accept your love unconditionally. It's a two-way street, and I think that we live in a society of America where we are taught, like again, like I said from my parents, that love is about an ability to control someone or not control someone, or to be or they love me if they listen, and somebody can love you that don't listen. That's not an example of love. And what we use as the example of loves are a lot of times we use our versions of something as an example for somebody else. Oh, if you don't do this, if you don't call me when you leave, that means you're doing some funny shit. Cause I know when I don't call when I leave, I'm doing some funny shit, or I would have called you. Same difference with like, oh, if you don't call, you should call and tell me you love me. Oh no, that's not the way that person is raised or the life they live. I think that it is ultimately you. It ain't about matching energies. It's more about you being who you are. And maybe they might follow suit, maybe they won't. But worst case scenario, we don't have tomorrow's not promised. You spend those hours being who the fuck you wanted to be. If you want to be a person who's super loving, whether the person that you're giving a super love to isn't it or not or whatever, at least that's who you was. I think that's the biggest probably issue is us, and I guess I'm trying to touch on it too. We don't even know who the fuck we are. We know who we were, but if we smart, we're constantly changing. We're adding shit to it. So when I grew up, my favorite meal was pork chops and applesauce. I don't even eat pork now. I'm not Muslim. Respect. So, salam alaikum to all the Muslims out there, but I'm just giving an example that somebody who could cook pork might have been somebody that they might see me, they invite me over for dinner, they gonna be like, yo, I made your favorite, that pork chops and applesauce. You nigga, that ain't my favorite no more. Does that mean they don't love me? Or they didn't love me because they made the pork chops and applesauce? Nah, they didn't get to know the new me. Or they not understanding that yet. So I think that it's just about I think that we can constantly make excuses for why we don't want to love somebody unconditionally, opposed to realizing the ultimate excuse is us, who we are. And now we're fear that we can't be loved unconditionally. And a fear to give less than a fear to give more than we're getting. That's the biggest fear. Nobody wants to give more than what they're getting. But giving is a good thing, and it shouldn't matter how much you're getting back. You should just be giving it to give it because that's who you are. Who the fuck are you? If that's who you is, like I don't want to sit around writing poetry and write and paint pictures and do songs for this person,
Facts.
and they not doing it back. But if they go and write poetry and write songs for me, no, that's not the way to live. Write the fucking song, do your way. Because you know how to do your way the best and do that. Be who you are. And then you're going to be happier anyway because you're being who you want to be. Opposed to letting that other person's not being who you want them to be determine that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the biggest thing that we just don't get. And I realized from my sponsor through that, when we was there and I was learning about some shit, I learned about how much unconditional love meant to me and why I was so needing of it at the point in my mind, in my life, and why I had felt like I had never received it. But even he had helped me see where I received it from people at moments. So because he could have just said, "Yeah, you're right. I'm the only nigga that ever do it." But he was real hip. He put me on and was like, "Yo, this is the parts where you have received it in life. Then you ain't never hurt somebody and they still was there for you. Yeah, you never did it." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." But we gotta stop. We gotta stop holding back, because by holding back, we holding ourselves back. We're not moving forward.
Oh, it's locked up.
You paused?
Still here with us?
It's fuck. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
You-
That was everybody's screen. I think it's fixed now. I'm watching. I got it on the other screen, so yeah, it's working now. But you know what I'm saying? If you was holding back in a fight, and that's what love is, and that's what life is a fight. If you're holding back, are you going to win that fight? If you do, you know it wasn't worth the fight in the first place. If you ain't have to fight your hardest to win the fucking fight, was that really a fight worth fighting? You might as well should have just talked it out. That person's weak. But if you're willing to give your all and go hard as much as you can and not hold back, and you're willing to fight,
Oh man, bro.
what?
Nah, bro. Go ahead, man. I love you, cuz.
Nah, it's all love.
Go ahead, man.
That's why I said
Yeah,
what you got.
man.
Nah, I said
But
what you
you
got to
say
say.
you say you disagree with me, and everything you said after that agreed with me.
I didn't point everything out for you. You have a personalization issue.
No, you said my name. I thank you for
I said
saying my name.
Gemini. I said
Yes,
Reese.
yes, sir.
The only name I
No,
said
you
was
said
Reese.
Gemini. No, you said I disagree with Gemini.
About what? About the time. Oh yeah, I did. No, you're correct. My apologies. I did
Yeah,
say that.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
But I don't think that time is a representation. Like I said, because
Everything you said agreed with me.
Right, but
all
he
right,
disagreed about the time part. He kind of addressed that. He said that he made it clear, like the time part, and then he went into the jail. He said, "Cause I went to jail, I mean, I love it." So that's the part. I'm assuming
that's what. Yeah, and I'm not. And me disagreeing don't mean you're wrong, nigga. I'm not. I'm not a fucking love doctor. I ain't Steve Harvey. I ain't writing no books, nigga. I'm just a nigga with an opinion. That's it.
You shouldn't have said my name because I paid attention now. Now you got beef with
Okay.
me, nigga, forever. Forever, nigga.
See? See?
You got
that?
beef with me forever, nigga.
You know what's funny?
You said my
You know what's
name,
funny?
nigga.
You know what's funny?
And
Why
I
you
love
got
you,
beef?
nigga.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
me. And I love you,
I love you too.
nigga.
What's funny is why you said that, why we got beef, you helping me. You know why? Because you made me realize something. Niggas have unconditional hate, unconditional beef, but won't have unconditional love. They don't have that shit. Don't matter. You can do whatever for a motherfucker when y'all beefing. You can do what it don't matter, nigga. It ain't nothing. Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, that was good. That was cold. Thanks. Thank you.
Did everybody land? Everybody jump out on it?
Yeah,
About that
I
question?
land on that.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
gonna say
land,
he
I
said my
land.
name too, so we got beef.
Oh yeah, you feel me? Thank you, thank you. Yes. Now hold up. Let my sister talk, nigga. Let my sister talk, nigga.
Hold on. We didn't come here for no beef. We came there to settle it.
Nah, it's
We gonna get a
over.
little turbulent.
Nah,
We gonna get a
it's
little
over.
turbulent. Hold on. We gonna get a little turbulent, but we ain't here for beef. We here for the truth and transparency. We gotta show the younger generation how not to repeat what we went through. That's what we here for. However,
Good one.
and I'm around with my cousin. What's
Good
cracking?
one. Good one. That's a
what was the
good
question?
What we doing? What we
Dirk?
doing?
Y'all get up this fucking plane. Y'all gotta get up this plane, cuz.
What was the question, Dirk?
Do we ever truly love if it's not unconditional? Is basically like the summary of the question.
Respectfully. Do we ever truly love if it's unconditional?
If it's not,
I
if you're not,
unconditional.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
loving,
I wouldn't agree with everybody. Everybody said, I agree with it all because y'all each touched on different parts of why people is wounded and why you feel me, the parent that was a beautiful thing, and I'm not the only one. Majority of us, you feel me. My parents did the best that they could do, and they loved me on the best that they could. However, I was adopted, so I think they loved me. That was the condition that where they had to love me so much more because I was adopted to show me so much more love that where that's what it was a condition. You feel me? So yeah, we do learn love from our parents, or we learn how to, receive love and how to give love first from our first teacher. So I totally agree with that. The time thing, I totally agree with that too. You would say people say it would think me if the first 10 years I went, baby, I love you. We did then in the last 10 years it was kind of rocky, but we still together. That 20 years is love. I see how someone would see that, but like you're saying, I'm doing 19 years in jail. There's not never one day I'm not never gonna love that. So if you've been in jail or prison in your whole relationship in that whole 20 years, and you calling that love, that's what you have to do. Like Dirk said, be yourself. I totally agree with that. You have to be you, and that's what I was saying. I've never let nobody affect how I'm going to operate, even with all of the trauma. I think as soon as the trauma happened, you feel me, try to heal instantly so it doesn't follow me and it won't, you feel me, interfere with what I got going on moving forward. So I've never let it alter in how I would act in another relationship. I wanted to add to that too, that fact too. And if you're still here, I appreciate you, man. We're gonna go to the quick commercial, and then we're gonna come back with the joint that I got. Feel me?
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the runway. Your seat is waiting.
You lied to me. You promised me that you would never ever switch sides on me. Honestly, I respect modesty, and I might have to take it as comedy. Always quietly, no quantity. Cut your sleeve, I don't want no apologies, cause it don't mean nothing without honesty. Honestly, you try to be, it wasn't that, I ain't not fighting me. All I really want is vibes and peace and fire to ride with me, there's no I in team. I am who I say I am the anomaly. Cockily, rejected your drama league. Constantly, you asking me if I could leave, and them the streets or the sheets. I know she a freak, I'm like baby E.T. I wanna stay, but I gotta leave. I wanna stay, but I gotta leave. You lied to me. You promised me that you would never ever switch sides on me. Honestly.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you tuned in, don't forget to like, share this joint, share it with a friend, tell a friend, and make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so every time we go live, you go live. You dig? How y'all feeling out there? Y'all all right?
Yep.
Always.
Yeah.
Great flight so far.
Sir, all right. We about to give them what they came for today. Y'all see the thumbnail or the title? Hopefully you seen it before you got in the door. Take your shoes off, relax. We're about to get into it. Today, man, the Jeff Yoder story. Anybody out there on the panel, they heard about it a little bit? Familiar with it?
There's something staticky going on.
Static. Everybody else hear that static?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know who you hear it from. Who you see it?
You.
Where it's coming
That's
from?
you.
It's you.
Every time you talk.
It's like, it's a bad connection.
All right, hold on. I'm back. I'll come right back in. My bad.
Yeah, y'all guys doing? Did y'all hear about this? Did y'all see the story? Because I know he got a different group chat with the Land Your Plane people than the Hood Service announcement, but I know it was in there. Me and DeVille was talking about it on the phone earlier. Tell him, DeVille, am I a fake psychic? Did I guess the story based only on the names and not really know?
Correct. As soon as I Googled it, the whole shit popped up. Yeah.
I said, I think.
Yeah.
I said, this better not be that story. I said, this better not be that story.
Sure
and yeah,
is.
I watched it. And then he was like, no, that is it. I'm like, nah, that kid, because I had just seen it on TikTok. Did anybody else see the story?
No.
No, I didn't see the story. I Googled it a little, but I didn't see the story.
Okay. Jim, you seen it? You look. I think his shit is stuck. I don't know if he's. It's the internet over there. I could try. You know what? I think he got the video here, so I'll play the video while he's not here, while we waiting for him, just so we don't have no hold up or whatever. You know what I mean? And y'all can get a catch up. Okay. Here we go.
You're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Who told you you're a girl?
Mommy.
When did she tell you you were a girl?
Because I love girls.
Oh, I see. So mommy told you you were a girl?
Uh-huh.
The state of California says that I have to pay for the chemical and physical castration of my son as child support. I'm not going to pay that child support. I'm not going to pay anything to hurt my son. Started when my son was about 2 years old. My ex-wife, who's a pediatrician in Capel, Texas, started thinking that he might be a girl and started trying to transition him to a girl. And when I tried to put a stop to that, she filed for divorce and used her relationships with care providers to force me out of my house. And so I moved about a mile up the road from my sons. She filed for divorce formally, and I had 50-50 custody of him. And just after his third birthday, you know, I took the first iPhone video I'd ever taken, and it was him telling me that he thought he was a girl because his mommy tells him a girl. You can go on YouTube and just search for "mommy says I'm a girl." You'll find that video. She was telling him things like, you know, she would put him into timeout and say, "Don't be a boy. The monsters only eat boys," and weird things like this. And she began to then socially transition him, and that led to a titanic battle in the state of Texas that culminated in me getting the procedures outlawed in Texas, and the political establishment in Texas allowing her to come to California so she could still castrate him even though I got it outlawed.
Had your son, you have two sons.
I have two sons, James and Jude. They're twins. They're not identical. James is the one that she's transitioning.
And was there any sign in James that he was open to this or showing signs that he wanted to be anything other than
Well, you know, it's interesting. So he was directly asked that by counselors and stuff. But let me just tell you about one of the fundamental facts of the case that a lot of people find shocking. James never presented as a girl with anyone but his mom. At church, with me, with his friends, he dressed as a boy and called himself James. He only presented as a girl with his mom. And I asked him one time, "Why are you doing that?" And he just flat out told me, he said, "Well, mommy doesn't love me if I'm not a girl." And that's what he told the counselors too. James is a very talented boxer. I'm a boxer. My dad was a boxer. James is extremely talented. Jude's a wrestler, but James is a very talented boxer. Olympic talent scouts were looking at him. He's that good.
Please, everybody back. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good now. It sounds better. It does sound better.
Respectfully, hold on. Let me get to the comment section. Who's that? Sunny Moon. Shout out to Sunny Moon. What up? Sunny Moon in the building. That's crazy. Hold up. Appreciate you, Dur, for doing that production. Let me get to the little beginning that I had. Jeff Younger and Ann Georgilas are Texas parents battling years-long custody, as you see from the video, over their twin children, and specifically their custody over James. The mother's position is doctor. She was a doctor, and Georgilas, a pediatrician, supported her child's social transition, referring to her as Luna and allowing her to wear dresses and present
Shit
as
is
a
weird.
female. The father's position, Jeff Younger, he fiercely opposed the transition, contending that his child identified as a male when spending time with him, and he claimed that Georgia's was pushing a transgender identity on the child and characterized medical treatments as chemical castration. The first video we looked at, that was, as he broke it down, in the beginning 2018, they started going what they was going through. I want to get your thoughts from the video. What's your thoughts? We're gonna start with
This
Lashonda.
shit is
Can I
weird.
Hold on,
see
one at
the
a time.
video?
One at a time. Lashonda.
No. Can I see the video? I didn't see it. I just came in. I got out.
That shit is 2 minutes, man. We ain't really got that much time. You want to damn. I
didn't see the video.
Respectfully, yeah, them bitches is type long. All of them bitches, the parts are type long. Break down.
All right, then. I'll land my plane before I even. See you.
I mean, you can still answer the question, but I still got 2 more parts.
No, I can't. I can't. Just go. I just don't
respectfully. Go ahead, Lashonda. Jump out.
Wow. Okay, so I know we're only hearing one side, right? That's the father side. So I don't know what the mother's gonna say, whatever. But what he says is like, wow.
Do we
That's my
really
first
need to hit him,
response.
Mom?
Huh?
Do we really need to hit him, Mom?
Well, there's always 2 sides, and if someone came off with some crazy story about you, you'd want us to hear your side. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
So that's all I'm saying. You'd want your side to be heard. I just think that's deep. Like, if what he's saying is 100% true, I think that someone should really be doing an evaluation on the mother, a serious, intense evaluation on the mother. I'm not sure that she kind of deserves custody, is my first kind of response, if all that's 100% true. Yeah, my first response is, wow, like, really? But it also shows something about the court system. And I'm going to land with that.
Respectfully, let's move on to Reese.
My first thought is that's fucking disgusting. As a parent, to even force something on your child like that at such a young age is just, it's just like mind blowing to me. Like, if your child got older and was, grown and decided to do that, that's their choice as a person and a human. But you're sick in the head and you're forcing something on your child. So there's got to be some trauma there, or something. Maybe you wanted a daughter and you didn't get one and you can't have no more kids. I don't know. It's just, it's sick. It's sick. And it shows me that there's some type of mental illness there that has not been addressed and needs to be addressed. And I'm going to land my plane with that.
It's guy's turn now. Right. What doing chat?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I see. Where is Sunny Moon when you need her? Okay.
She in the building. She right here. She said any age is wild.
Nah, I need her on the panel. Shit.
Sunny Moon, you heard him. Pop out.
Word. But this shit is fucking weird. Okay? This is weird. This is fucking weird. This is fucking weird. I don't need mom's fucking answer. I don't need speak mom. I don't fuck mom. You know what I'm saying? You heard it from the kid. You heard it from the child. Like, kids, you don't need mom. What do we need mom for? So she could defend this shit? Like, nah, no. How old was the little nigga? Little kid?
When he was the first video?
He started this when he was 3, and currently he is 12 right now in her custody.
Like, I'm so appalled. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Like, forcing, like, this shit is crazy, bro.
He's in her custody now at 12 years old?
Say that again?
Yeah. He's in her custody now at 12 years old?
She's been doing this, like he said, the battle started in, hold on.
The kid is in the mother's custody right now at 12 years old, you said?
Yes.
Yes, the kid. James is in her custody right now in California. They lived in Texas. She moved to California where they're more
Yeah, I seen all
transgender
that shit, but
friendly.
now we know the kid is in her custody. That's fucking crazy.
Super.
No,
But
she's been in
she
his
been
custody because go ahead, cool, Lynn, and then we're gonna go to you twice, and I'll give you a little bit more detail.
I'm just man, listen.
right. Like making your son be a little girl at 3 is fucking crazy, bro. Little man didn't even get no chance of knowing who he
Of
was.
nothing.
Nothing. That's pretty much what's preyed on for her benefit of whatever the situation may, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she's thinking about, whatever. I don't know. So that right there is sickening. It's sickening, and then it's like, yo, damn, son. Feel bad for little man.
It's like his brain is not even developed at 3 years
Nah.
old to even have
So
those
he's
thoughts.
gonna go with anything. And then then the little nigga has said, Mommy likes it, or she likes it when I do that, or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or she's not gonna love me. Like what?
Yeah, right. So again, that goes back to like what we've been saying too, like how people grow up. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, little kids don't know how to be loved until their parents teach them. So she's teaching them, hey, if you be a little girl, I will love you. You will get things. You will whatever the fuck that happens in that household. But you have to be a girl and put on a skirt and all this extra gay shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of pissed off, nigga.
She sure ain't loving him unconditionally. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the shit is crazy. I'm out.
Respectfully, twice. He like I said, they've been doing this since 2018, and then when James was 3, and currently he's 12 years old in her custody. But even since 2003 up until this point, the dad has been fighting. At one time, he had shared custody.
We got all
you
that.
Feel me?
He even said the kid box and all that good shit. He good boxing, all that everything. So he been boxing from a young age. Man, listen. I would have called the cops on that bitch when, what the fuck, 4 years old. She was in jail a long time ago. I'm trying to tell you now. Ain't no way in the fucking world that's happening. That's crazy. No, the people who were allowing that to happen, all that, everybody, he's all gone. There's no way in the world, no, we're letting that happen. That's not happening. No, it's not. It don't even make sense. That kid was definitely forced. Definitely forced. Are you crazy? No, man. Listen, I can go with it, but nah, we ain't gonna do that. That should make me mad too, bro. That's just crazy. How the fuck do shit like that? You just no. The kid said, "Mommy don't love me unless I'm a girl." That right there, man. Listen, as soon as them words came out the mouth, she should have been in cuffs. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? That's crazy. And she has custody of a kid right now. He's how old? 12?
Yes, sir.
And then they want the motherfucking dad to pay for all this motherfucking transition and shit.
What the?
You know what I'm saying? What are we
doing
doing here? What are we doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
This is kind of, you know what I mean? As a parent,
she moved somewhere where they was allowing that to happen. That's what they said, right? That's what it was.
It's more convenient.
She moved from Texas to California.
Come on, man. Come on, man. No, that's still not. Ain't nothing good about that.
But just imagine that goes back to what we were saying earlier about how much trauma that kid is gonna have from all of this.
This nigga went from boxing to twerking.
They would have made it
fucking crazy.
She would have fucking made it wherever she was going.
It's wild.
What's your thoughts on the video?
I want to first say this.
Poor little homie.
If you're a grown up and you're gay or whatever, I have no problem with you. Even if you're a kid and you gay, I don't really care. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You gay, you gay. That's your life. I was telling this story to DeVille earlier. I got my ears pierced when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't even wear earrings today. Imagine if I got my dick cut off. That would be that's too much of a commitment that a kid shouldn't be able to make at that age. Let the kid grow up. I understand what LaShonda was saying about you want to hear both sides of the story. However, I can hear her side of the story, but if unless she's saying no, I don't agree with this. If she's confirming that she agrees with this kid getting the transition as a kid, I'm not going. Not that I don't want to hear it, but no, I can't agree with her. Kids should be. They could be whatever. I had a friend who was gay his whole life. Nigga played double dutch. He wasn't my bestie or nothing. You know what? Like Meek.
I was about to say I wasn't even gonna go there. I was gonna say that. Yeah, we grew up with him.
Love.
Yeah, right.
Nigga was gay.
And that's
nigga
what
was
he was.
gay.
And he beat niggas' ass. I seen a nigga box a nigga head off.
Mick. He was beating the shit out that nigga that day. Yo,
Love
but no
nigga
movie.
To death. Facts.
No movie. That's family. No movie. But however, that nigga, like, so it ain't no judgment about you can't know who you are as like getting your body altered. I don't think kids should get tattoos. I don't think kids should get those things. So a big surgery that can change who you are, just wait. Just wait till you're a grown up. Why do you want to and pay for it your fucking self? Why do you expect me as a parent to pay? I don't want to pay for. That's the same thing. Because I know people always try to say some gay bashing shit, but I promise you, if my 12-year-old son came in here right now, how old you said the kid was, Nooch?
12 now.
So my son is 12. If he wanted my name on
it, currently 12 right now.
Yeah, my son is 12 right now. If he wanted to get a picture of my mother on his fucking back tattooed, no. You can get that shit when you get grown. You can't get that as a kid. And my mother, I love my mother, God rest her soul. And I'm sure he loved it too. She put his face in the cake on his birthday.
So, if he wanted to identify as a girl, the school could go ahead and do it. They don't have to inform you. And if he wanted to, needed the hormones to switch and started doing that, a psychologist could come in and they could call it a wellness check or a well check. They could chemical castrate him without informing you.
I wish the fuck
they would. I know they can do it. In Cali, they can do it. I know that. The whole we talked about that. We talked about it on my show. We talked about Cali, the medical rights of a kid, not a certain kid. But to me, I get that they can do it in Cali. But however, at the same time, would I be for it? No. Not because I'm against gay people, not because I'm against people transitioning, not because I'm against none of that. It's because I just want the kid to be a kid, and then if they're going to grow up and be gay and transition and do hormones and get breasts and all of that, when he's 18, if my son wanted to do that, and he wanted me to start calling him Talika instead of Trenton, I start calling him Talika. Even if the school wanted to call him Talika or whatever, I'm not. It's not no beef. Then he's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I don't even want to make. Look, I was about to go crazy. I literally, I'm gonna say it. I just found out one of my sons might be gay. I don't know. I told Mega about it. I ain't telling nobody else. I seen it on Facebook. He was holding some niggas' hands or whatever. I don't love him any less than I ever loved him before. That's my son. So it's not no beef like that. But I wouldn't. But if he wanted to get titties at 12, no, you can't get titties at 12, and you can't get your dick cut off at 12. Wait till you're a grown up. So yeah, that's it. That's how I feel. Just wait till you're a grown up. When you're a grown up, my son, the one that I think is gay, the nigga's 25 years old. That nigga's a grown ass man. If he wants to be gay, that's his life. I'm not gonna go to the pride parade with him and all of that, but it's still no beef. I would have a nigga over for dinner like I'm gonna have any of my kids over. You know what I mean? And he could bring his fucking friend or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna hate him for being who he is. I mean, his boyfriend or whatever you want to call him. I don't know, but I'm just saying that I'm not. I just don't think kids should be transitioning sexuality as a kid. If you feel like that, become old enough to do it yourself. And also, Pay for it your fucking self. That's not no child support. That's not child support. Fuck that. I'll land with that.
Yeah, make that bitch pay for it.
Definitely not child support.
You pushing the motherfucking issue on the little nigga. You pay for that shit, bitch.
You're taking away every bit of innocence that kid has.
The fuck? Then you want me to pay? I don't agree with none of this shit. Then you want me to motherfucking pay? Nigga, not even want.
Not child support. It's not child support.
So,
please.
I want to say I appreciate you for sharing that. Appreciate your thoughts. Mo son, you know I love you. Love is love always. You feel me? My question to y'all, we'll start with the ladies first. Is this child abuse? Reese, we'll start with you.
I do think it's abuse because I feel like you're forcing something on a child who's innocent and has no brain capacity at 3 years old to even probably know anything about transitioning to a girl or anything like that. And the fact that you would tell your child that you're not going to love them if they're not a girl, that is abuse. And it blows my mind that she would have custody of this child. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, my son's 12 right now, and this boy's 12 years old. Nowhere is in my mind would I fucking think that I'm going to go even have a conversation with my son about him cutting his dick off. In any shape, form, manner, anything, I wouldn't even be presenting to him anything about being an opposite sex than what he is. And I feel like not only is it emotional abuse, it's psychological abuse. There is a lot of abuse going on, and the trauma that she is causing that child to have. Because now what happens if that child gets older and knows that he was born a boy and he was forced into becoming a girl, but he wants to be a boy. So maybe you're going to force this castration on him, and then he's going to become older and want that part that you took away from him. You made that choice for him. He didn't make that choice for himself. So when you're taking his right away to choose who he is going to be as a person, that is abuse. And I wish the fuck that somebody would move to a state where they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do without confronting me. That is crazy. And CPS needs to go pick that boy up. And I'll land my plane with that.
We're gonna go to LaShonda. Is this child abuse? My bad, Sonny Moore. I got you. Hold on 1 second before you pop out. LaShonda, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sonny Moon says, when I say Trump is trying to change these things in California, the state is fighting him. It's not safe here for many reasons. Respectfully, okay, LaShonda, pop out.
No. This is weird, and I mean that in a real interesting way, because if you go online, which I just did, if you go online and you Google the mom, you can't really find anything about her online.
Yeah, she's not talking too much,
which is odd. Because of the fact, if you're so gung-ho or whatever about what you're doing, that you would move and you filing papers in court, which is public record, and then you're not saying anything, that's odd. So something about this.
The people that she has behind her or with her, she was a pediatrician in Texas. Mm-hmm. So the people that she used to lobby some of her things and to protect her, some of them same people is out in California.
She needs her license revoked.
But it's odd because something in there is not right. And if you just look at the surface and you just start to get mad at the situation itself, that's what they want you to do, right? Because there's something else going on here that we're not able to see. There really is. This is so deep, it's not funny. If you know politics and you know how to read things, trust and believe the smoke screen that's going on is just that. So here's the thing. Is that abuse for that child? Absolutely, positively. But the bigger problem, I think, there's a bunch of bigger problems. One is the court system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone on here can say, you know, I don't like the court system or whatever. But there's something wrong with the court system because they gave her full custody and she went away and all this other stuff. And I know somebody else who's fighting for their child right now, and this guy has full custody of her child, and they have not done a paternity test and refused to do it. So the court system to me is the bigger problem here, because she's just one person. If that's true, right? She's just one person. So how is this one person causing so much chaos if there's not something else going on behind the screens? And I understand that, yes, she's a doctor, but we've all seen doctors who've been put in jail and done this and done that and run through the ringer and all this other kind of nonsense. We've seen cameras up in doctors' faces who've done things wrong and all this. Why are we not seeing that?
Because she ain't that good of a goddamn doctor.
Because we've got polarizing sides here, and we know this is the U.S., and we love polarizing sides here in the U.S., and we always have cameras here, and the cameras here, and the paparazzi loves this because they get paid big bucks to do pictures that nobody else has done. But we're not seeing that here. So I got to ask why. So do I think it's abuse? Absolutely. Do I think she should have custody? Absolutely not. But the problem is, why does she have custody? That's the problem. Why does this woman have full custody of this boy? That's the real key of all of this. Whether she's crazy, mentally ill, that's why I'd want to hear her side of the story. Because why are we not hearing it? Because when people have children, they evaluate. They're supposed to evaluate the children, they're supposed to evaluate the parents to see if they're sane, see if they're stable. Why are they not doing that? They've done that for many doctors before.
Well,
why are they not doing that?
They said that was done, and the father was almost asked to be excused out of one of the meetings because, like I said, this is when he brought it to my attention that he's saying that they can ask to excuse you, you can be excused, or they can do the wellness check without you. And he said in Texas, there has been instances where kids have been chemically castrated in some of these wellness checks.
No, I'm not talking about the wellness checks of the child. I'm talking about of the parents.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Like I'm saying, assessing the parents' capability of taking care of this child. If you have such polarizing views and this is such a bad topic, why has there not been an assessment done on her to see if she's a fit mother? Why is none of this done? This child has been going through this for all of this time, and you're telling me none of this was done?
She's been protected by it, you know?
No, but you got to ask, who was she protected by? And let me get it clear. If you think it was just a bunch of other doctors,
No. I don't think other doctors involved because the court system is involved, and there's higher up, and then there's levels. There's Supreme Court. So I'm pretty sure, like I said, he said it's been a war zone. He's used his leverage of what he can use as far as lawyers, and she's been utilizing her. So it's going back and forth.
It's a bigger agenda here, and that's what I think people are going to get stuck on the small minutia of this problem, and they're going to miss the importance of this. See, because these are how bigger laws are being passed. These are how all of a sudden we got these major changes in our government and things like that, and we didn't even know how it happened, is because we're paying attention to the small things because we're getting bamboozled, right? Welcome to America. It's the norm. It's how things have always been done. And I think there's a bigger issue here because I just still don't understand why this mother has full custody without a full evaluation, without somebody saying something. And I understand she might have her piece, but what about the other piece? Because we have all right-wing people in the United States and they do a lot of stuff, and we have left-wing people in the United States, and all of them have their media platforms that they can go on and share about and can be all over the news. All of them, both sides have it, but why haven't we seen that? Why haven't we seen that from both sides? So I get, yes, whole hands down to your question. Yes, this is absolutely abuse. But I think if we stop there, there's going to be a problem and we're going to miss something. I'll land with that.
Exactly. Sunny Moon says California is a body count of children, showing that this is what they want to do to keep business in action. Respectfully, shout out to Sunny Moon. Twice, let's go to you. Is this child abuse?
You already know how I feel. Most definitely. That's crazy. It just don't make sense. I agree with you, young lady. With Shonda, all the way. You feel me? Like the court system is crazy. That makes no sense. Something's wrong. big time. Like I said, and it done went this far. 12 years. Come on, man. That's crazy. I don't even know what else to say, bro. That's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Like to see nothing about the mom is insane. So like, what's really happening? Right? Exactly. Like, that's sad. So sad. So sad. I pray for this. That's what I have to say.
Use I yield or I land or I'm good or something.
I'm right there, man. I'm right there, man, boy.
Respectfully. DeVille, Coolville, is it child abuse?
Let my dogs out. Sorry.
Yes, and more fucking yes. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking very disgusting. Of course, this is child abuse. Again, it's pretty much like what my sister Reese was saying. Like, he's 3 years old. He has no capacity of knowing what's right or wrong at 3 years old. You're pretty much applying all this bullshit on this little kid. Okay, and then you're talking about the court system. I already gave you a little fucking clip of the shit that I went through. Nigga, this shit niggas don't care about men. Nigga, this shit is a female system. You know what I'm saying? That's why the dad ain't got shit. You know what I mean? That's why niggas ain't hear him care about that nigga. You know what I mean? Is what a woman wants. They gonna fucking get, unfortunately. Yeah. That motherfucker, I said that shit. Yeah, motherfuckers, yes. That's how this shit goes. Unfortunately. Yeah. Again, niggas just cry, niggas don't care. None of that. They cry and this word. You get all doubt goes to the dad. A dad has to motherfucking prove himself. He can be the best fucking dad in the world. He's fucking guilty until proven innocent. That's how this shit goes. Soon you walk in that motherfucker. White, black, purple, doesn't even motherfucking matter. If you're a man, that's what you have to do when you come into the court system. It's automatically what females win by default. So, am I surprised that the little nigga's in her custody right now? No. No, I'm not surprised. Not surprised about that shit. Is it fucked up? Hell fucking yes. It's fucked up. Especially given the situation, you niggas got the tape. You see the fucking tape? Mom is not gonna love me if I'm not a girl at fucking 3 years old. That's fucking ridiculous and disgusting. Come on, that should be enough proof right then and there. What more fucking proof do you need? Are we not human beings? Do we not have common sense? Do we not think the same? Like, I don't understand. Is logic not logic? You know what I mean? I can go on and on and shit because I'm really bothered and fucking disgusted and tight right now about the situation. Poor little man. I'm so sorry. I wish you would become a boxer, my boy, and not a fucking bitch. All right.
Respectfully, the dirt. Is this child abuse?
I mean, yeah, I think that anytime
hold on, my bad, I'm cut you off. If you leave the camera, just mute up before you unmute yourself when you come back. Just for sound. Go ahead, dirt, jump out, pop out.
I feel like anytime you're forcing stuff on kids, you know what I mean? You're creating anything. You could be too harsh. There's nothing wrong with introducing kids to things such as religion or other things or overstanding what a kid is about or whatever. But at the same time, like, don't. The fact she was able to leave a state and go to another state is very awkward because I feel like this is me. I feel like if we have joint custody or you have custody and you're trying to leave the state with the kid, I should have to agree or the kid should have to stay with me. That's just how I feel. If I don't agree with it, like, it seems like they don't. Yeah, it's almost like what DeVille said too. Dads don't have rights. We don't get a lot of rights over kids. We just kind of we naturally get the shaft of, nah, she got it. It's her kid. It's not your kid. But then you have the right to pay for that motherfucker. Like, they trying to make him pay. If you can afford to move to California, you know how expensive it is to live in California.
Fact. My bad. Keep going.
If you can go afford to move, if you can afford to move to California, you should have enough money to get any surgery he need. I don't know why I don't get. That's the part that really get me. Why I have to pay for it? If you think it's so real, because I'm putting myself in that nigga's shoes. Why I gotta pay for it? You're involving me more than anything by making me pay for it. You're not. I'm not even saying I respect or get or accept if you just went and did it without me, because that'd be fucked up too. You know what I mean? But the fact you're trying to make me pay for it, it's like there's levels to the dirt. Like, why I have to pay for that? You know what's funny? I was watching this video and it was about this Christian movie where the nigga refused to make a cake for a couple because they was a same-sex couple for their wedding. And they didn't make him make the cake. And I'm not saying he should have made the cake or shouldn't have made the cake. It's his fucking bake place. That's like that shit from Life when they was trying to get the pies. And she was like, these is white only pies. He's like, how do you make them nigga pies? If somebody don't want to cook for me because of my nationality or my culture, nigga, all right, I go somewhere where somebody do want to cook for me. I'm not trying to pay extra. If a nigga don't want to bake your cake because you're same sex or whatever, I'm sure there's a lot of gay people who bake cakes. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but I'm sure you can find a nigga that'll bake your cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like same difference. If he don't want to do that because of religious reasons, because he just said they went to church together. If he don't want to pay for that, it shouldn't even be a question. If y'all gonna nigga get a GoFundMe or something, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, get Caitlyn Jenner to pay for it if that's your fucking role model. I don't know, but yeah, it's like I said, it's just awkward that they would even think of forcing him to pay for it. Because, again, like I said, just because if it's happening behind the scenes, that's fucked up. But it ain't cool. You're telling me now I got my hard-earned money. I have to owe this money? Why? Why do I have to pay it? Nah, I'm not paying shit. So yeah, it's really adult abuse. The more I talk, that's what it is. It's that nigga's being abused. And he right, because at first when he first blamed Texas too, I'm like, but they agree with you. Well, they fucked up for letting her leave and not arresting her when she was at the border. They should have arrested her ass right there and took the kid back. Right there, like, nah, you're good. You can go to Cali. This kid can't go. You on some weird shit. And I don't know. You can't win. The court system is not. It's to push agendas. You know what I mean? And them niggas niggas be worried about Disney pushing their agenda. Disney ain't got shit on the court system. Disney's fucking Snow White and Red Robin, you know, all of that shit. Nigga, the court system is the real agenda. And them niggas will push that shit to the level. And half them niggas is they want to get transitions and mad they dad didn't pay for it. So now they about to make this nigga dad pay for it. Nigga, fuck that. Like I said, I don't have a problem with niggas. I don't care what everybody want to do. I'm cool with it. It ain't, as long as you don't want to do it with me. Matter of fact, you can want it. You ain't gonna get it, bitch. So you're done. So fuck it. You could. People want $1 million. They might not never get it. I get it. I'm a cute nigga. You might think I'm cute. That's your thing. Salute to you, my guy. Respect. But no, nigga, nah. This is just, it's extreme. This is a fucking kid. So yeah, he's being abused, and the dad is being abused. It's a whole abuse case. It's abuse around the board. Now I'll land with that.
Respectful. Thank you.
I just want to say something because I did a little deep dive myself. This shows like the court system is really fucked up. The reason she was granted full custody of the child was because she claims the father failed to make timely payments of child support, medical support, and interest as ordered. So that's why they granted her full custody of the children.
This is when he moved to Texas. Look, I don't want to reveal too much, but like I said, I got 2 more parts, and I wanted to unload it as a play the videos, but yeah.
I needed to know why she was granted full custody, and to me that shows right there that like
she was telling him that, listen, you got to pay for. It was called like medical child support. You got to pay for the surgery, and he refuses. So due to him refusing, that's for him refusing child support. So now they want him to do 2 years on top of that. They want him to go to jail for refusing the child support, and he's not never going to go to the court in California. So they're going to get him in contempt of court. So he's going to end up doing like 4 years.
That's some bullshit. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, he about to go to jail. Yeah, I heard about that too. I forgot. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate y'all sharing. If you doing right now, Go ahead.
Nobody better grape him while he in jail. I know y'all always graping people in California jails. Do not grape this guy. He's the worst person to grape.
This is some
Protect him. Protect that guy. That's it. My bad.
If you viewing at home, you in the comment section, definitely. I want to know your thoughts too. Is this child abuse? Let me know. You gonna watch it later? Let me know. Let's move into the second video. I don't think I gotta turn your cameras off. Y'all can keep them on or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna come back and I want to see your thoughts.
And they backed away from him once this all got started. He has all boyfriends. Now, he has some things that you might say are feminine. He likes art. He particularly likes painting and pastels. My son Jude likes sculpture, you know. James is also more extroverted and is willing to play with almost anybody, you know. And he will definitely play with girls. He'll play tag with girls. He'll build things with girls. He has no problem like hanging around with girls. But in terms of having a desire to be a girl, he consistently told me for 10 years that he had no desire to be a girl. He told the court-appointed counselor that he was embarrassed to wear dresses to school. He was getting too old for that and didn't want to wear dresses. And they initiated a CPS investigation against me for forcing him to be a boy, in my 7th CPS investigation.
And do you have contact with your sons now?
No, I'm disallowed all contact with my sons.
You're not allowed to even contact them?
No. I'll tell you how this all sort of built up. So she started transitioning him, you know, really hardcore at 3. I mean, where she presented him to the world with a fake girl's name and everything. This, of course, would have been an important component in the divorce that was going on. So we get to 2017, and we have our divorce trial, and we had a custody evaluator. His name is Blake Mitchell. He practices out of Frisco, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas. And he asked me, what is your top issue? And I said, my top issue is she's tampering with my son's gender identity. So he charges me $60,000 and does a 1-year investigation of my family, interviewing my children over and over again, everything, and determines that she was not transitioning my son to a girl. He straight up lied to the court.
We back. You in the comment section, or you at home, you know your thoughts. We're gonna start with LaShonda this one. What's your thoughts on the video?
Still need to hear mom?
Oh yeah, I still want to hear mom. I mean, I listen to crazy people all the time. It doesn't mean it's going to change my opinion. I feel everybody should have their due in court. And I say that because, and I was trying to debate whether I was going to say this out loud, but fuck it, I'm going to say it. Because there's been times when I've been in the courtroom and I didn't get my due. You know, that guy said he had 3 CPS cases.
No, he said 7.
He said, oh, I'm sorry. He said 7. Tell him let's talk when he's got 22 like me. Real talk. Right? So I know how fucked up the court system can be. And I know how fucked up it is when you don't get your day in court. And I know how fucked up it is when you have people working in the court that are biased and have set their own opinion and don't really care to listen to the other person. It's not just men that this happens to. I know a woman who's going through this, like I said, with her daughter, because this man had connections in some courthouse. and he has custody of her daughter without even proving that he's the father. And he has partial custody, and she's got to pay child support. And he's doing that because he's mad at her. So the court system, sometimes it might look like they're just doing men because the other cases aren't publicized. The women who are getting screwed aren't getting publicized.
Hold on. Wait a motherfucking minute now.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So listen. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I'm not trying to. I don't mean to jump on your plane and shit, but let's break it down to numbers. If you want to do numbers, fuck all the shit that's not getting publicized. Let's do motherfucking numbers. When you do numbers, the majority wins. Okay, majority wins, and the majority is females. So yeah.
But the point is, I don't want it to be a man and woman thing, because then that's how they get us, right? Because it's a conquer and divide. So if men are thinking, oh, it's women that get away with it, and women are mad at such and such, it's the fucking court system that doesn't work. Period.
Absolutely. We gonna keep it real though.
But I don't care about the numbers. The thing is change the fucking
you gotta
system.
care about the numbers.
No, it's not about men versus women. It's about change the goddamn system that doesn't work.
But hold on for a second, because I'm not here to make it personal, but I'm just here to keep it real though.
It is personal.
You taking it personal.
The court system. I have a problem with the court system that doesn't work and keeps
I'm
running.
trying to really jump out.
You.
I'm not trying to jump again. I'm not trying to parachute on your shit, but I just like you gonna keep it. If you gonna keep this motherfucker real, because I'm on here. I keep this motherfucker a whole 100. Okay, right now I'm not trying to say again that it's at the bottom line. Absolutely, it is a court because they got they the one that's making the final judgment. That's of course, but who are they judging it for? Who is predominantly winning? That's what we, I mean? That's what we're talking about.
But that's not what we should stop the conversation there. The conversation should be, we should all be in the conversation saying the system doesn't work and let's change
it. That's true. But
period.
At the end of the day, look,
because we can go into the criminal side and it's crazy there too. And I think that's the problem. We talking about this particular.
We talking about this particular situation.
But this is bigger. And if you think this situation is this small, watch in a year or two and see what happens. I'm telling you, this is just, it's a smoke screen. It's political. This ain't just this simple. And that's how we get bamboozled, because it ain't just this simple. And it ain't just about the men get treated horribly, because they have, and this historical, they've got treated horribly
Numbers
in
show
the court system.
Again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Okay, but I know studies where people can change numbers.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
I hear you, but that's not the but that's the basic, and that's being real basic.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Basic. Because once again, making that statement makes a period at the end and doesn't change the court system.
It is.
And that's the problem. We need to change the system.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Can I add on?
Correct.
Yeah.
Can I add on? I think y'all both have points, and I just want to say this, that I feel like because women are winning, and I'm not trying to beat on them, it makes it less for them to want to come together. And because men are losing, like you said, it's a divide and conquer situation. So it's like, I think that people who are winning are less likely to want to change from winning. And I think that people who are losing are going to want to change it, but they're not expecting help from people who they see are winning at a high level. And that's what I think. That's
right. And I think that's where the conversation needs to go, because like, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're in a heterosexual relationship, right? And your man is paying child support and he's not getting treated right. You should say something. You should support him. You should make some noise.
Again, that's where I'm saying. See, again, you know what I mean? This is probably why we're bumping heads, because I respect your mindset. But there are not a lot of females who think like that. It's pretty much what Dirt just got finished saying. Like, fuck, I'm gonna say that for. It's benefiting me. Fuck, tough luck. All hard, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But and then they got the right to feel like that too, though. I'm not saying that it's bad, even though it is. But I'm just saying they got the right to feel, hey, I'm winning, so fuck, I don't give a fuck. It's coming. I'm benefiting, so I don't give a fuck. But again, respect for you for saying that and thinking like that. So I'm not trying to attack you, but I'm just gotta keep it real. Like, nah, yeah.
No, I got you.
That's all. And
I got you, and I'm okay with
disagreeing.
disagreeing. I don't take it personal, so we good. Like, I'm not one of them people, so we can disagree and still be cool. So
always,
yeah. So I just want to say that because I know some people
yeah.
getting their feelings and all that. I'm not that person.
Yeah, it's always love out of respect.
Yeah, I'm not that person. So, but I just feel like, but that's what you just pointed out is a problem, right? The us and them. And when you think, oh, well, because this situation ain't affecting me and I'm getting the good side of it, then I'm going to let it be. That's the problem.
Facts.
Because how you going to be in a relationship with somebody who's hurting? My father, who just died, he had 8 kids, all by different women, all this crazy. He paid child support, but it hurt. It really, really hurt. I mean, he was paying child support and he wanted to deliver gifts to my brothers and sisters. And one of the women didn't want him to do that because she was still mad at him. That hurt. That's not, but we hurt people hurt. And if we want to get something done differently, then we have to act differently. We can't just keep sitting up in our house talking about, well, it ain't affecting me, so I'm good. That's how shit gets all messed up. You can't leave the next generation better if you sit on your ass and do nothing. Period. You can't say that I'm building a better world for my kids when all you doing is this little isolated thing in your house, because that's not going to work, because they have to deal with the outside world. They really do. There's a point in time where you have to be the change. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. That's how I grew up. I believe you have to put your money where your mouth is. That's why I have a jail record, because I believe you have to put your money where your mouth is. And you can't just talk about it because that's just a bunch of hot air. What does your life look like? What is your testimony? Do you really stand up for the things that you believe in, or you just running your lip on the sidelines? Like, if we're really going to be a community, then we need to stand by each other, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a father, whether it's your best friend, whatever the case is. You need to stand up and say something, because what hurts them hurts us. We are as strong as our weakest link. We say all these cliche shit, but we don't even back it up. Got a bunch of mouth and not backing it up. You writing checks your ass can't cash. Like, real talk. Like, if you want a different future, you got to be different and not settle for the shit that they've been selling us for so long. How many Tuskegee experiments we going to live through? I mean, come on now. How much of this stuff we really going to keep going on with before we do something about it? Like, you got to figure out some solutions for this, because the next generation is not going to survive. Real talk. They are not going to survive because they don't have the things that we have. We are setting them up for some big ass failure and for some systems that have been broken for generations that we ain't bothered to fix. And we just like, that's the way shit is. Look at the numbers. No, we can't leave it there. It's your responsibility to fix it, to do something about it, to stand up in your own way and say something. Not sit on your ass and be like, this shit is fucked up. Oh, shut up. Because why are you talking? You ain't doing shit about it. Real talk. I'll land with that.
Respectfully.
Sunny Moon still in the building.
V, what up? Reese, did you pop out? No, you didn't pop out, right?
No, we started with LaShonda.
What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on that.
I need a bathroom break. About to be the top of the hour. Bathroom, water break, any type of break? I need a commercial break.
I'm gonna exit soon, though, brother.
Respectfully. I appreciate you popping out, flying out with us. You already? All right, Leah. Let's go to commercial right quick, and then we're gonna come back. Start with you, Reese. That's good for everybody. We good?
Yeah.
All right,
On the next one.
Do it.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot Boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo. Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talk nigga. We outside.
I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that. You feel me? Yeah.
Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might as well come to my section.
Welcome back. Remember, you at home, you can answer these questions with us. I want to hear your thoughts if you've seen the video too. We got a part 3. Don't worry about it. It's coming up. If you're going to catch it, if you tuned in now. Reese.
Check it all out. I'm going to check it all out. Peace, everybody.
Good night.
You already. Love, bro. You already.
Love my brother. Love my brother.
Family. Yeah. Thanks for joining the panel.
I'm gonna
jump out.
I'm gonna agree with Sonda on this. This is definitely a bigger situation than what it is. It's definitely a court situation. Also, as a mother who was wronged by the court when it came to CPS and custody, I didn't have my voice heard either. In this particular case, I don't want to hear her voice, but I do understand that fact of it because I was put in that position before. But he did try to help when he had the rules change in Texas. So he was standing up against the court. And I think that that's one of the biggest things that she was saying, like, if you're not going to do anything to make it better, you're really just talking. And in his situation, I feel even more terrible because he's trying to make it better. And at the end of the day, the child's voice is what needs to be heard in this versus the parents in general. Because without truly hearing the child's voice and what his thoughts and concerns and feelings are, being that he is 12 now, so he should be able to express himself, it's concerning because if he's expressing to psychologists and stuff like that, that he wants to be a boy and he wants to not wear dresses and stuff like that, why is that not what's being heard? And versus what mom's saying, what's dad saying. And I do agree, men always, 90% of the time in custody battles lose. And I just think that that's more of a situation where women have the advantage because we're considered the nurturer or the primary caretaker of children. Which is, again, goes back to the fault of the court system. And I feel like the court system is failing the child at this point. Fuck the mom, fuck the dad. This court system is failing that child. And it's really disheartening that when you can speak for yourself and you have your own thoughts and your own opinions and your own voice, why is it not being heard? And based on that video, with dad saying that he's expressing this to those people, that is my biggest concern. And my biggest point that I took out of that video is that he's not being heard. That little child that's still innocent is not being heard on what he wants to do versus what mom or dad want him to do. So I do think that it stems down to politics. And we all know that you can't change the United States overnight. Nor are we going to be able to fight the government overnight. And it is going to take a lot of work and a lot of people to put action behind their words. And I do feel, and I'm going to commend the dad, that he tried to attempt to do that in the state initially. And at this point, it looks like it kind of backfired on him. And it's a bigger issue than we all can see. Even though the primary thing of this whole situation is an issue, it's a bigger picture behind the issue and the concerns of that. So I do feel like that the court systems need to hear children's voice more than parents' voice in the situation. And I'm gonna land with that.
Respectfully. Sunny Moon, welcome. My bad, this
Hello.
nigga Dirt is
There go my
doing what he's
sis.
doing.
Welcome, my sister. Welcome, my sister.
What'd you say?
I say you're doing a good job at the production, man. I appreciate you, man. Getting everybody from backstage and shit. Sunny Moon, you can hear us? You here with us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep. Respectfully, what's going on with you? How you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just listening to the topics and everyone's opinions.
You caught the second video?
Yeah, I was able to view the last video. It's a common children, they have innocence of like when they're picking where to go, they always pick where it's easier, right? If you see in real court actions, it doesn't matter what the dad offers, what the mom offers, it's who's easier, right? And when it comes to CPS in different areas, especially California, when they sense a little bit of anger, then they think you're not understanding, right? So you already are already out. It doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter if you have the evidence. The second they see you have anger, then they already see you as a negative opponent. So if the child is already seeming like they don't want to go your way because it's easier to be with the mom, and then they notice that you have a streak of anger, you're already out. That's how simple it is. It doesn't matter how much evidence you have. It's about the care of the child emotionally, right? So that's what I wanted to put out there. And then for Lashonda, when you were saying like speak out, it's like it's hard to speak out when you have government that are gay and want this gay mentality to stay available so they can prey on the children, right? I don't want to go too far into that, but California has a lot of prey on children, and it has a lot of government that preys on children. You know what I mean? So it's hard to fight that when they're the headset and you go, well, you guys put them there. No, we didn't put them there. Money put them there. You feel me? We didn't put them there. We voted against them. But because people have hundreds of thousands of dollars that say, hey, I'll build that bridge for you. Hey, I'll close that gap where they can't show where you're trafficking children and hoes. I'll do that for you. Then they get up into government. We don't have no say so about that, baby. And that's why it kills when people say, well, why should I vote? You should vote. Your vote does matter. I don't know when it's going to matter, but we have to keep trying. I'm going to leave that there. But for him himself, I feel bad for him because Texas, they don't want I don't want to say foolery, right? Because I don't want to disrespect anybody that's watching this. It's not foolery. It's a mental health problem. So anything that has to do with like gay, they kind of like on a fence with it, right? If they can get it away from them, then they're going to get it away from them. That's how simple I'm going to say it. It doesn't have to do with the man, female thing. It has to be like, get it away from us. They're kind of like, Texas is that type of state. You know, they don't want to get hit with tomatoes. You feel what I'm saying? They're okay with saying, hey, you know what? If she's leaving to a state that wants to bother that information, then let her go to a state that's going to bother that information. If that makes sense. In our land.
Respectfully. Appreciate you tuning in. If you tuning in, I want to hear your thoughts too, man. Comment section, you already know. Dirt, what's your thoughts?
I feel like hearing this dialogue we having with each other, I see how everybody's very passionate about their side of the side, but I think I do have to agree with the divide and conquer idea. You know, that's why they divide us in the states. That's why you got some states where laws is legal and things are not legal, because it makes it seem like what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. If something's wrong, it's wrong. And you shouldn't be able to just change the state to go do it. It's funny because they was talking about getting rid of pregnancies when people were saying they was going to go to other states to get rid of pregnancies. They were saying they was going to get charged with murder and all of that. But this person can go to a whole nother state and get their kids sex changed, that is kind of awkward. I don't know how that works, but it's really the people in power, you know. That's the reality. They take advantage, and they turn us against each other because they know that it's easier to face an enemy that's closer to you. They sit in their buildings, their castles, and all of that shit, and they don't have to face you. You're never gonna see these niggas. You're not gonna see the congressman. You're not seeing them. They're not at the Dunkin' Donuts. It's not happening. So they're gonna push their agendas and push the people who got the money, and I don't know. You know, sex and kids, it should be at the greatest level separated. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be something that they should be really, you know, not it's not a good thing. I know I had sex at a very young age, and it I ain't gonna say it ruined. I don't want to say it ruined my life, but I know I could have had I never knew girls. I remember I was telling my daughter about this. I don't know about girls having cooties. I don't remember that. I just knew they had coochies. I didn't know about cooties. You know what I'm saying?
Group on coochie, not coochie.
Yo, you stupid, nigga.
You know? Nah, I didn't realize how damaging that was for me as a person, because when in hindsight, I realized that like I learned about it too young. You know, watching porn and all of that shit. It wasn't nobody. So kids is people are nasty in general. At least I was a nasty kid. I can't say all kids is nasty. But they'll find what they want to find. They're going to research it. They're going to do what they want to do. So you ain't got to help it. And the fact you want to help their sexuality, to me, is very pedo. It's very pedo. You know what I mean? It's like, what if I met a girl, not me, but if somebody met a girl who was 16 and they wanted to marry her, could they go to a state where it's legal to marry a 16-year-old? Would that be cool? I don't think people should be. I think there should be a universal. It should be a state thing, a country thing. But even then, you can't trust the people making the laws. So I don't know if we could trust the country laws. But I just think that'd make more sense. People shouldn't be able to, whatever your fucking license say, that's the laws you got to follow to some extent. If we are doing a state thing, and no, you just can't move next week and get your son dick cut off. This shit is weird. I don't even know, like, what are people trying to do? Like, this is your goal in life. This is what you want to. And him is the dad. I was feeling sorry for him. Now I feel like, nigga, fuck it. Go do some other shit. I don't know. Give up, nigga.
Yo, you fucking on the road.
You can't win. You can't win. You about to go do some time in prison and all of that? You about to go to prison, but to try to keep your son a son? The nigga don't want to be a nigga no more. He want to be a fuck it. I don't even know. But I don't know. I ain't got it. That's what I'm gonna tell him. I ain't got the money. So I guess y'all gonna have to arrest me or whatever. I don't know. I just ain't got it. But I just don't. Honestly, I feel like this is what I'm so happy that I'm not involved, that this is not happening to me. That's the best. That's what I keep coming to, that, yeah, nobody's trying to get my son dick cut off, and they're not trying to put me in jail for not wanting to pay for it. That shit just sounds like it should be simple. I only got my GED. I don't want, as a taxpayer, I don't want to pay for people to be in jail who don't want to cut their kids' dicks off. I don't want to pay for that. That's awkward. I don't want to, like, that's what I hate about paying taxes, because you're paying for people to be incarcerated for shit you don't even stand behind. You don't even care about. Like telling you that, yo, we need your tax money. We need your tax money. You're like, well, what am I paying for? We just got to put this nigga in jail who won't get his son's dick cut off. What? Shut the fucking jail down. Shut it down. We don't need, that's all the nigga that's there. We good then. Shit is weird. Texas is weird. California is weird. I live in Kentucky. I'm not gonna say that word because I don't want them to fucking prosecute me, because that's what they'll fucking do. You can't win. We it's more of us than them, but because they will always divide and conquer us. They will divide and conquer us by sex. They will divide and conquer us by race. They will divide and conquer us by classism. They will divide us any fucking way. Pronouns. Why you think motherfuckers want to be them? Niggas are saying they, them, and they. Is you one? How the fuck? What am I teaching my son in English now? So plural and singular doesn't mean nothing. I promise you, it's not about me not wanting to respect whatever you're trying to say. It's just that doesn't make sense, nigga. It doesn't panhandle. It don't make sense. The shit don't go together. You're just doing too much. You're going too far. It's like they testing the water. Like every day they add some new shit. You know what? I don't even know. It's just awkward. I feel bad for him, but good thing it ain't. Thank God it ain't happening to me. And I don't know that nigga because I probably would block him. I wouldn't even want him to call me no more. I'd be tired of this shit, nigga. You got a bad life. You might be cursed.
You're fucked. You block him.
I can't be letting that type of energy in my life. I don't want that shit to be. Like, you gotta
Jim,
protect the energy. My
he's
bad.
about to pop out. Dirt, you landed?
Yeah, I land. I'm landing.
Thank you for viewing. Thank you for viewing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Jim, pop out.
Let's do this. Everything is right, but it's the system that we're dealing with. The system is divide and conquer, respectfully, right? But what they're doing is trying to make it seem like that story is everyone's story. Oh, the fact that he can go on and say something like that is disgusting. Or heard this. Why is this story so important? And watch this. Dwayne Wade got money, Gabrielle Union got money, and their son wanted to be a girl. They okayed it. It's just ridiculous. Made the fuck up. It's supposed to be what it is. We live to this shit every motherfucking day. We got cousins. We got mothers. We got fathers. We got sisters. Everybody play their own field. Right? Everybody got something to play with how they want to live. The fact that she wanted to take him across state and pick her off. Nigga, what the fuck are we talking about? Man? This is really going on, and I respect everybody's opinion on it. But we all know on this panel, living from the fucking lower of the barrel, bottom of the barrel, what have you. We seeing this already. It ain't nothing fucking new. So I respect everybody's opinion, but don't be putting too much on how it happened when it's happening in front of your face, in your hood, with your family. It's just ridiculous. I respect everybody what they said, but man, I didn't even disappoint me, bro. Dwayne Wade had to go through. Everybody got something to say about it. How that nigga feel? And he's more of us than that nigga. He ain't want that shit. But everybody has something to say about it, and good, bad, or indifferent. Let the child be a child. Man. Hey, that child ain't. You know how that child was between them. They just give you a story. Don't accept that shit. They wanted that for publicity. They set this shit the fuck up. Now everybody talking about it. Meanwhile, why we ain't talking about what the fucking Dwayne Wade had to go through? A lot of our stars. movie, you know, Lawrence Fishburne. And dad's name, Lawrence Fishburne, with his child. Who else child went through the public switching life? Fuck that story. I'll land my plane.
Respectfully. Cool, Billy. What's your thoughts?
Thoughts on what? What's the question?
There was no question. I'll start with you with the question, unless you want to go right to the question. But I'm getting your thoughts on the last video we just watched, the second one.
The fuck, man! I'm so over this shit. I don't know. I'm fucking man. What this nigga? Trying to remember the fucking video. What was the fucking video? This nigga, the 7 times shit. There was so many thoughts going on and shit. The 7 times.
The last one, he just said that he did the thing with the investigator, paid $60,000, and come to find the investigator was in the wife's favor. Basically, told the court, and he said he lied. Basically,
The whole Kahoot shit. This shit crazy, man. I think I was over the first video. This shit just go. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, man. You know, after paying $60,000 and that shit happened, I'm kind of with dirt, nigga. Fuck it, nigga. Let them keep the little nigga. Fuck it. Little Hishi. He's a little Hishi now, nigga. Keep the bitch. Fuck it. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? And then that my rodent's gonna kick in now. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it now. Now it's just niggas just playing in my face. I done paid $60K, nigga, to fight for my kid, to make sure he has a regular life. And they still went with the other way, persuading you know what, nigga? Yo, I throw my hand in the air like LeBron with the chalk. Let's make another one. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's get another. Fuck it. That's what I'm on. Now it's just you know what I mean? Fuck it, man. You're charged to the game now. Landon, what's the question now? Let's just go to the straight question now.
Gotcha. First question is art feminine?
No. No.
he started off with, he said, well, I'll tell you a couple things.
I remember him saying that, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
I started laughing like, what?
Like, nigga, I fucking draw. Nigga, I'm a fucking artist. Nigga, I've been drawing since I was a kid.
I was a man. I didn't know I was gay.
What the fuck you mean, nigga? I'm the most man. What the fuck you talking about, homie? What the fuck are you talking about here? No, art is not fucking feminine. No, art is not gay. No, nigga, no. I'm a drawer, and I don't paint though. I'm not gonna say painting is gay either. No, none of that, nigga. Being art, nigga, you're that guy. That's what's up. That's something other than the norm you can do. It's a talent. That's the word I'm looking for. Excuse me. That's actually a talent. No, would I consider putting that in a gender category of only females supposed to do this, or no, guys supposed to play basketball only? No, not at all, bro. So I'm gonna have to decline on that.
Respectfully. All right, this is a 2-part question. Last question, and I'm gonna ask everybody. I'm gonna go around the plane. Ask everybody, why aren't male superhero books not allowed in libraries and schools?
That's a thing. Male superhero books like Superman and Spider-Man and shit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he went to his son's school or in the library, the local library, because he was trying to petition or doing something with some papers or whatever. And they looked him up because of what he was doing, which is illegal. But he found out that there's a book on the shelves in the library that there's no licensed author or publisher that they should have it. Every book in the library has like a barcode. Now this transgender book, there's no books in the library like Tarzan. It took out probably Superman and all that other shit. Anything that got like that's represented like Hercules, anything that so-called representation of a male superhero. They
Alpha.
said
Alpha male,
yeah,
huh? Okay. So pretty
they
much
said
again,
using the traditional
I'm sorry.
gender stereotypes.
Right. So it's like what Sis said, Sunny Moon. It's an agenda being pushed. So that's pretty much what it's saying. It's like, yo, they don't them too. And it's not just them. It's like the world now to be an alpha man now is looked upon, is frowned upon. Like niggas don't want alpha men around because alpha men, they're too strong. They're too fucking level headed. You know, they want to be able to control the output or the algorithm. So now that's why a lot of this agenda of being an alpha man is frowned upon. They too mean. They too rough. We want more gentle guys, beta guys. That's what we want now. More up front. Yeah, yeah. Right. They're more cooler. They're more, safer. They're more safer. Let's use that word. They're more safer. When you're an alpha man, when you're alpha, you stand on business. It's either no, this is how things going to. You're clean. You're direct. No, they don't really like that nowadays. I land.
Respectfully, LaShonda is art feminine.
And I'm saying that being an alpha man saying that shit. Yeah, excuse me. Wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Alpha.
Nuts hanging all. Oh, Tarzan nigga, yeah.
I'm sorry, what are you asking me?
Is art feminine?
Oh my gosh, no, that's the dumbest thing ever. That's so stupid. Like, no, absolutely not.
I just wanted to make sure we get that understood. All right, next question is, why aren't male superheroes in libraries or schools?
Well, I was gonna say maybe that's just Texas because Texas was crazy. Texas took out a bunch of books, but I'm gonna go back to this. I live in a bubble, so let me say that first. I live in my little bubble in my little world, so there's lots of things I don't really hear. I don't watch the news. I don't do all that stuff because that's just crazy to me. But what I do believe is that we're in a transition. I do believe that spiritually, everything that we're in this transition, and I think while we're in this transition, we're going to hear a lot of foolishness. And part of the foolishness is that what Coop was saying, like we don't need alpha males. That's crazy, right? That's absolutely positively crazy. And I think as we're trying to find this new balance of things, I think things are going to get way out of whack. Because there is a push for more feminine energy and more feminine, energy to be in charge and all that other stuff. But it is not at the expense of the alpha male. Those who are in balance, those who are getting it, it is not at the expense of the alpha male. And it's not even to take the alpha male's position. So let me be clear about that. That is not what this is about. So people who are talking that are people who are trying to do once again, that us and them kind of thing, because that is not what that energy is about. That is not what the people who are talking about this new spiritual thing and more feminine energy needs to come about and take power and all that. It's not to take it over from males or alpha males or anything like that. So people who preach that don't understand it and don't know it. And what they're trying to do is an us versus them. The whole thing is about more just balance because people are way out of balance in some sense. Not everybody, but some people. So I believe of taking out certain characters, it's an extreme. Just like I believe this, and those of you who know me personally already know this, like what Dirk said about the us, the they. So I have children who are in their 20s. I told them already, you have multitude of friends, whatever. You come in this house, I'm not calling nobody a they. Not in my house. My house, my rules. We ain't doing that here. So I don't do that. I've been in the gay community, queer, whatever you're going to call it. I don't do the alphabet name either. I call it gay or queer because one syllable is short, sweet, to the point. I've been in that community long enough and I paid some dues, right? So the newfangled people, you must respect your elders. That's how I am. That's how I'll always be. So that's how I label it, but I'm not doing the they thing. I think that's another extreme. The alpha male, the other extreme. There's people teetering on these two extremes, and eventually some common sense will land and we'll land somewhere in the middle. But now we've got these extremes talking really, really loud of nonsense because it is nonsense. We speak English. Only people who are they are people with multiple personalities. That's a they because they have multiple voices in their head. Everybody else is a singular being. That is what the creator created you to be. That is what you are. You can call yourself whatever you want, and I can call you whatever I want because we do live in a country with free speech. So I can do that. You might not like it, and you know what? It's the feeling, you'll get over it. But the reality of it is, I think we're in these extremes that don't make sense. And a lot of people who are what I call the everyday people are looking around saying this stuff doesn't make sense. It's kind of crazy. Like we've been saying, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird because we've got these extreme voices just yelling and screaming and saying that their way is right and it's not. And trust and believe that they are not the majority. Don't ever get it twisted. That loud voice that's out there on social media and the news and all that, they are not the majority of thought process. They are not what most people think about. They want you to think that way because then you'll shudder and you'll be small. But they are not the majority. So the people over there and the people over there, let them do their crazy by themselves. Real talk. And real people who know what real stuff is, we know we have to have the masculine, we have to have the feminine. We need it in balance. And some people are more masculine, some people are more feminine. All of that means balance. No one should be taking away the alpha male. And when you said that, Coop, that just broke my heart. That really broke my heart. I love an alpha male. Most of my male friends are alpha males. I love them to death because they are alpha males. I really, really do. And it's sad to see that we don't see the value. We started off talking about unconditional love. How do you not see the value in an alpha male? And I'm not talking about an alpha male who's out of whack and crazy or a feminine person who's out of whack and act crazy. Those are two extremes. Once again, ain't talking about them. Let them stay in there crazy by themselves. We got to get back to not letting the crazy people be in charge. Right. And that's what this new era is going to be about because we've been in this for so long with crazy people being in charge. And it's time for us to be like, yeah, nope, I ain't listening to the crazy no more. The crazy's not going to define me. You know, if the school system is fucking up, take your kid out of school, try to find another way, try to figure some things out that you can educate your kids the best that you can. You know, I did homeschooling for my kids, not because it was easy. It was hard. It was hard. I had to give up an income. You know how many things I went without? I can't even tell you. But I did it because it was the best thing for them at the time, because I wanted my kids to be educated in a certain way. So I made the sacrifice. At that time, we have to, you know, do some things a little differently. And if your system sucks, demand the system to change. I mean, how am I able to live in the neighborhood I'm living in? How am I able to walk in the front door of a store that doesn't say colored, you know, white only? Because some people decided to make a change. They fought a crazy ass system that said no. You know, that's why women have the right to vote, because we had to fight a crazy ass system that said no. We got to stop letting these dumb people who talking nonsense be in charge. We got to stop giving them power. You know, we really got to stop giving them power. They said the books can't be in the school. Fine, put them somewhere else and let the kids read the damn books. Like, the school system isn't end all be all. They suck most places. They really do. So buy your kids the books or show it to them online or somewhere it's on YouTube. Show them a Tarzan video. Like, I just think that some things are like, don't let them dictate your life. We got to stop giving away our power and don't let them dictate your life. But yeah, and you alpha males don't change. You are who you are, be who you are. Don't let the dumb people tell you to be something different. I land.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we're not. But I just want you, that's the agenda they pushing though. That's all I'm just putting out there. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, niggas just better stand it, keep their stance. But that's the agenda they more softer. That's why all this us, he, we is being pushed so heavily. Like, you know, I don't know. I can read between lines. I could just see. I haven't. Let's go. Let's keep it moving.
Respectfully, Rich Moolah, is art feminine?
No, there's so many different forms of art. If that's a passion that you have, that's just what you like to do. And I was thinking about it, I'm like a tattoo artist paints colors or whatever you want to say. That there's majority of tattoo artists are men. So I was really thinking about it. So no, art is not feminine at all.
Respectfully, thank you for that. Why aren't male superhero books in libraries or schools?
They're not, because for some reason, again, we're giving away our power of just being people. I think that the government is pushing so hard to allow people of being gay to take over everything. They want their own bathrooms. They want the superheroes removed. They want this. They want that. Let them be people. Let people be people. The world was perfectly fine before you started promoting. And now I'm not saying that they shouldn't have allowed gay marriage, because I feel like, again, you're a human. You have that right. You should have that choice. But all they're doing is pushing this onto our children's generation and I think it's making more people be gay, not by choice, but what they're being taught and learn. Like, to me, Superman, what the fuck does Superman have to do with you being gay? Nothing. He's a fucking superhero. He's a fictional character. He has nothing to do with your life. It's made up. Like, in my mind, it's like crazy to me. And then I was listening to them talking about the masculinity part of it and the alpha male.
It promotes man of steel.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, like, if you get rid of an alpha male, you wouldn't have, like, everybody just walking around like Tutti Fruit Loops. Like, I just, it's baffling me, because I didn't even know that existed, that they removed the comic books from a library. So I was over here Googling why. And it started in California with this new act or whatever. And they're saying because they don't want to have any books with race, gender, identity, but your history has all of that. So are you going to remove every history book from a fucking library because there was a gay president? Like, it just, like, and then it goes back to what Coop was saying. It's like, you're trying to get rid of an alpha male and you're trying to push more feminine traits on men. And my thing is just like, let people be fucking people. You don't have to make a gender bathroom just because this person wants. If you choose to identify as a woman and you're transitioned to a woman, then use the fucking woman's restroom. If you're a male and you were born a male and still got a fucking dick, use the men's restroom. It's not affecting your identity. If you choose to identify as a woman but you still got a dick, that's what life is. You haven't got it cut off. I don't know. But use the male bathroom because that's the part that you got. It's not going to say that you're not identifying as Susu down the block. Like, so to me, it's like we're pushing it so hard. For what reason? So you want to get rid of the alpha male to do what? Add feminine men? I don't want men walking around in tutus. That shit is just crazy to me. And now to find out that they removed superheroes from libraries is really upsetting me, because I'm like, what the fuck does a superhero have to do with your identity at all? So you're going to stop allowing cartoons and movies to be made next? I just went and watched Superman or Spider-Man. Nowhere's in that movie when I was watching Spider-Man did I sit there and think, well, damn, he's a really feminine character. Or damn, he is like the most buff man I've seen. I just watched it as a fucking fictional thing. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. And I feel like we're just, and like what LaShawna was saying, we have to be the ones that stop it. If we don't stop it and come together and unite as people, the government is going to continue to do whatever the fuck that they want to do. And that kind of goes back to what Sonny was saying earlier. I am guilty of it. I don't vote. I haven't voted. I don't believe in politics. That whole shit just a whole nother topic. But everybody's like, your vote counts. Does my vote really fucking count? How do I know that shit is not fucking like I could go in the poll and push the button for this person, and then next thing you know, like somebody else is not altering the fucking votes. I don't know that. It's the government. They oversee the voting. So to me, it's like it's just crazy. It baffles me that they remove books from a fucking library. Like, but I will not stop my son from watching Spider-Man, Batman, fucking Hulk Hogan, the Incredible Hulk. Like, they're fictional fucking characters. Like, let him fucking watch what he's gonna watch. I don't think it's gonna make him any more of a man or any less of a man if he watches fucking Spider-Man. And I'm gonna land my plane with that.
Can I say something before you go on to the next person?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something real clear about this agenda that's being pushed. Here's the deal. Do I speak for every gay person out there? No, I do not. Just like I don't speak for every black person or every woman out there. However, the circles that I've been in and the places that I talked to, people of my generation, even a little bit younger, I'm not saying all the way young, but a little bit younger, we don't feel this way. We don't feel this way about the bathrooms. We don't feel this way about all this other stuff that the agenda people are pushing. We don't agree with it. We don't feel this way. We're not advocating for it. We're not pushing for it. So I think some of this goes again with this us and them, because they're like, oh, this is being a gay agenda being pushed. No, it's not. It really is not. I think some of this stuff is made up by a really small few, because most gay people that I talk to and that I know of, this ain't anything that we've ever concerned ourselves with. Never talked about, never concerned ourselves with, never advocated for, never marched for, never did any of that stuff for any of this newfangled stuff that's coming out. But I think they want you to believe that gay people are pushing this agenda. No, we are not. They are, but we are not.
No, I don't think that.
Right, but I'm not saying
I don't think that.
Yeah,
I
but
do
I'm not
think
saying
that
you.
the government is pushing it for whatever reasons they're pushing it for, like to say that everybody has equal rights. We have equal rights as a human being.
Right.
Also,
So
too,
why do we have to deep dive down into any of this other stuff? If we're all humans and we all have the same rights, why the fuck does it matter? Why are you as the government trying to push this?
I don't think, again, too, though, like, I don't think it's the straight gays. I think it's the ones that try to be women. Those are doing it. Those are the ones that have a problem. It's the ones that the mom is trying to turn a little boy into. Those, I think, is more of them trying to have a voice in the situation than, you know what I mean, the lesbians and the straight gay on gay guy stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really think they care, or, you know what I'm saying, in that sense. I think it's more the ones that's trying to transition and be a woman. The man that's trying to be the woman. Those. I don't know what you call them. I'm just trying to be politically correct by saying that. Those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I get you, yeah.
I think that's, you know what I mean, that's where this shit gets kind of twisted in.
Yeah, and
You
I
know what
wonder
I mean?
if it is them.
They the
and I
ones that
wonder if it's
cause all
not
the
an
fucking
agenda.
problems. And
Yeah.
respectfully, if they're viewers, I'm just being honest. Excuse me, everybody. If you're a human being, you deserve respect. But I'm just keeping it real. Like, yeah, I just think it's them that's really trying to get their voice yelling from the rafters, as they say.
And I wonder if it's really them or it's a political thing to keep the us and them. Because when
That
people
too.
say love is love or this
That
is
too.
this and everybody was kind of agreeing on that thing and nobody was really asking for anything extra, it's just like what Reese said. Everybody was just trying to be a human being. Then all these agendas came up. You know, when people were kind of on the same side and was like, cool, let them do them. They over in their house, you over in your house, you doing what you're doing. And nobody was being abused. And we're not talking about the children thing. You know, I think then it was like, wait a minute, everybody getting along too much. Maybe that's too powerful. So let's create a us and them. Because they've done it before.
Respectfully. Did there
Yeah.
is art feminine?
No. Is art doesn't have a sex. Could there be feminine art? Yes. Is there masculine art? Yes. is there's no automatic sex to the actual thing. There's expression. Art can have is various versions of art. You think about just music, rap. You have horrorcore rap. You have, you know what I mean? You got new age rap. You got old rap. You got boom bap rap. You got female rap. That's what art is. Art is it has no sex. It's like it's very divine. It's how a person expresses themselves. It's how people express themselves through creation. And I just heard LaShawna say that. I really agree. It's just another way to separate us because they know the easiest way to separate us is to do our differences. And because it's the difference, and you talk and somebody say something, like right now, somebody can watch this video and say, "Oh, we hate trans people." Think I give a fuck, and I don't give a fuck. I promise you, I don't. I don't give a fuck. I just don't think kids should get their dick cut off. That's it. I'm just against that. So it's like it's just a way to separate us, and then to try to say that nigga, he's the worst spokesman. To even say that he likes some girl stuff, he's artsy. I'm not. Was he fucking with Hello Kitty? What is he drawing? What the fuck makes it feminine? So like, you know, I was like, what is he? Is he like the nigga from Superbad just drawing a bunch of dicks? What makes his shit feminine?
No, I'm just like, what is the bar in fucking in Texas? Like, damn, nigga, can't draw.
Because I'm saying like, because there is feminine art. There's like poetry. Sometimes on my algorithm, I'll be going through TikTok or Facebook Reels or whatever, and I'll hear a poem, and it was a nigga doing a poem about being a dad, and then I hear a girl doing a poem about being a mom. I could say the mom poem is probably a feminine poem, but I wouldn't say the poem about the nigga being a dad is a fucking feminine poem, and that's art. So no, niggas is all. Can a nigga do a feminine poem? Possibly. Can a nigga do some feminine art? Possibly. Whether he's gay or not, he probably could do some shit. I go, that's a little gay. You know what I mean? I know a lot of your music I have heard. I was like, that's some feminine shit. A lot of songs you did. But and you can tell him here, I never judged you. I always accepted you, no matter what. You know.
Respectfully.
I'm gonna play a real feminine song right after these commercials. So,
respectfully,
I'll wait for everybody to wrap up.
We family,
But no, yeah, artists, man. No, it's not. You can. Yo, when you say us versus them or them versus us, realize what fucking part you a part of. You know what I'm saying? And really realize that. And I never voted either, and I don't trust voting, but I know, and it's because I know it's all a joke. It's a fucking game. It's like, this is what I'm gonna tell you. If we're minorities, right? And you a minority? Who's a minority on this thing? Who's considered a minority? Who's a minority? Right? If we're minorities, I only got my GED, but minority means the lesser people, right? Now, I'm not even talking about value. I'm talking about just the number amount, right? That's what we talk about, just the number. And our political system is based on the majority. How the fuck will we ever win? Please help me understand. Help me understand that. If there's more of them than us, and that's what we're basing the vote on, democracy, then we always gonna fail. But we don't. But I don't think every nigga care about where they piss and don't piss at. And yeah, he's a weirdo. He's happy his son is boxing. Since he ain't want to get punched in the face and he want to draw a picture, he's like, oh, that nigga's gay. I don't know. I don't know that pisses me off because I've been an artist my whole life. You know, I was a rapper, I did music, And now I still been doing some music. I got an album coming out on Saturday. Check it out. If I Can Sing. Got an album coming out called that. And now I do comedy. That's all art. Some of the greatest comedians in the history of comedy were men. I did hear some funny shit about Richard Pryor. I'm not gonna spread the rumor, but even when I'm sure it's a couple of niggas who telling jokes who not getting colostomies or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So just don't break it down like that. Learn to work with each other. Let's come together and fight against the real enemy, which is hard to see because most of the time, like I said, they're in the bunker already. You like them doomsday preppers or whatever you think you worrying about. Niggas that the doomsday prep, these niggas been prepped. They in the bunker. That's why I always say, like, when people make fun about these secret societies and the Illuminati and all of that shit they try to say, they not good at being secrets. That's the worst part about being, if you part of a secret society that everybody know, you part of the wrong secret society. I'm sure there's a secret society that we don't know about that's really fucking secret. That ain't getting exposed. Ain't no handshakes, ain't no gestures, and they just really making shit happen secretly. And they happy to hear you worrying about whether Jay-Z's a Mason because he did this. Oh yeah, he's a fucking Mason. He did yeah, nigga. Hey, that's not secret. Like, I don't think, I swear to God, that's what bugged me out because I don't know if niggas be understanding the meaning of words. Like, words don't have no meanings. Then they get mad at you if you don't use the word correctly. Words don't have meanings. Secret society that everybody knows about? Nigga, shit, leave me the fuck alone. Get out of my face. You don't know how to keep a secret. I'm going to land with that because I'm already hot.
One more question for you. Why aren't superhero books in libraries and schools?
That's only in Texas, right?
It's going down, man. It's just, I'm sure it started.
It's in California.
Reese, what you looked up? It said Texas and California.
It was in California with that whole new act that they passed for the children.
Yeah, you don't need a fucking superhero book in school anyway. Fuck superheroes. Read a real fucking book. Why are you reading comic books in the library? Stop wasting taxpayers' money. You can get a comic book at home. The fuck you need? Like, you were. That's what I'm saying. This shit'll bug you the fuck out. You gonna go get a sign and draw a Superman on and go stand in front of school? Nigga, nigga, we got a million superhero movies. We just took our son to go see Spider-Man, like you said. Nigga, they don't need another book of Superman. He's fucking famous.
You're mean.
What are they like, nigga?
Jeez.
The fuck? I'm not going through that.
Meanie.
You know what's Spider-Man on the wall? Take this shit down.
You're a whole meaning, bro.
I'm not. Hey, shit, they got cut. That nigga Spider-Man just made $1 billion in the movie theater. That's probably why he made $1 billion. They couldn't read the book in the school. They had to go see him in person. Shit is happening. Nigga, you ain't stopping. Nigga, please, man. Nigga, you worried about a school book? That's what I'm saying. It's a different time. When I was in school, they was putting the comic books to hope they get us to read, right? They was trying to get people to read. Now they said, fuck these kids, nigga. They ain't never gonna read anyway. Fuck them, nigga. Just throw the shit away. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they ain't know. I didn't tell them not to do it, and I ain't vote for it. So whoever voted, I'm sure the majority was the one who made the vote to say can't be no more schools. As a minority, I wouldn't have won. I don't have a problem with superhero books being in school, but they're not there. Fuck it. Go read it at home. We got YouTube. Nigga, go read it on YouTube.
Respectfully, you landed.
Yeah, I landed, man.
All right, we're gonna go to Sunny, and then we're gonna go to commercial, and then we're gonna come back with the last video. We're gonna wrap it up. Sunny Moon.
Stop looking at it.
There's more?
Is art feminine? I appreciate you two viewing at home, man. Like I told you, hop in that comment section. I want to know your thoughts too. Go ahead, Sonny. My bad. Pop out.
Is art feminine? the higher paying is. If you notice that art that is exclusive, paid the most, can't be touched, or at the highest bid, it's gay. It's usually a gay artist. Hello with that. What's the next question?
Next question is, why aren't male superhero books in libraries and schools?
I always say that they always try to push things through a black person's back, right? And at this time, they're trying to take the identity away from a black person. Have you noticed, like, out of nowhere in the early 2000s, black was okay, and then when we got further into the 2010s and 15, we start seeing more black people being actively available on TV? Have you noticed that? And if you notice that this agenda of gay is kind of weakening our men, taking away our men even more, taking the color out of everything is what they're
See?
doing.
See?
On top of our femininity.
Told ya.
You know, I live in California, so I'm only going to speak for my state and what we fight every day. But that's what I see. I see that they're doing that to separate, of course, like everyone said, to separate us, to make confusion. But there is an agenda here. There's a major agenda here. There's a lot of gay undercover. There's a lot of predators. There's a lot of child predators that's going on. And the more that they define and confuse, they'll be able to keep going. What I've noticed in California, that I can have a fight with somebody and beat the hell out of them, and they'll give me they'll start me at 2 to 5 years for just whooping somebody's ass. But if I touch a kid, I can get about 60 days. I can get 90 days and just, go and register as a predator. And on top of that, I can move to a different state, like Connecticut, and they won't even recognize I'm a predator because I'm no longer in California. I land.
Respectfully, disrespectfully. To wrap it up, some of the notes I took from y'all highlighted. Is art feminine? Y'all said it best. I don't think so, man. Art is everything, man. Art is expression. Like Dirk put is say unisex. It's genderless. I wouldn't even say it's genderless. It's just that is here on earth. Male and females express how we art, but obviously art is coming as an outside thing. It's already, you feel me? Some part of this universe. Other question: why aren't male superhero books in the libraries? Y'all said it best, man. Oh, what I did want to highlight was you said it in a prior show too, LaShonda, that this is a different generation, and this generation is young in what they're learning. To where, like you said, our prior generation, up down, learned a whole bunch of ups down and trials and tribulations before they got to what you would call a dynasty era. You feel me? So this era we are witnessing an empire, or we have witnessing, I say, humanity fall, and we probably won't be here to see it rise or get back to the dynasty level, but we're a part of it. We'll be a part of that change. You feel me? Is what I want to highlight in there. The courts, division, elites, all that, man. Voting, yeah, man. Sex, race, all that. Puberty blockers. Nobody touched on that. These things, is an experimental drug. It started out as an experimental drug where they only wanted to use it on sex offenders and certain prostate cancers or certain cancers. I found that interesting that they only wanted to do that. And studies came out that it's giving people lethal osteoporosis. You feel me? To where bones are crushing. You feel me? Not even 60 plus, younger than that, respectfully. Shout out to WW Wright. He says society is moving in a direction where testosterone and confrontational people are not allowed. Respectfully. We're gonna go to commercial and then we're gonna get to that last story, y'all. Y'all all right? Y'all all right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. New feminine music.
Shorty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be her man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shorty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be her man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shorty on a whole different wavelength. I don't even wanna say shit, but I gotta keep it real. I ain't never been the one for no fake shit. Since I'm a star, making that gon' take concession. She don't understand, I need space if I'm tryna pull up in a spaceship. See, when you're worldwide, you don't always have time to be by girl's side. And seeing other girls like my stuff that could mess with girl pride. Can't be stoned on social media if I'm not so sure about what I want and I need. I've been vocal, I ain't tryna provoke you, but we're not on the same time if you're local. And I'm global, I got motion, so can't answer my mobile. Shawty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be a man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shawty on a whole.
Welcome back. Go check out my dude on all streaming platforms where music can be heard. Tap in. Definitely go check out I'm So Tyrell's page at YouTube. Make some noise. Patronize all my patrons, man. Please, on Kick, come on over to YouTube. On Facebook, I know you like viewing, but eventually, man, you're going to have to come on over to YouTube. I appreciate you. The likes, the shares, the subscribes, hypes, it means everything, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all all right?
Yes.
Y'all still here with me?
Yes.
All right, let's get into the last video. We hear y'all thoughts, and I got a question for y'all. Pay attention.
And said that I had made a false accusation against her for saying that she was trying to transition my son to a girl. And on that basis, I lost 50-50 custody and got less than standard possession time. So I basically got, 4 to 6 days a month with my sons. So that's how the divorce ended, with the psychologist just outright lying. Now, I've been lucky with these psychologists that lie. I've been able to prove they've lied, so the court actually set aside his report. But that's what he actually told the court in his report. So she then starts really ramping up it again, and now he's wearing makeup to school. He's using the girls' restroom at his elementary school, which was Pinkerton Middle School in Coppell, Texas. I got that school shut down. That school doesn't exist anymore in Coppell. They shut down. Got rid of the principal there. Her name is Miss Mickelson, who's the one that really transitioned my son. And I found out after 2.5 years, they had been transitioning my son secretly behind my back. So I would bring my son to Pinkerton Middle School in Coppell in boys' clothes, because he wears boys' clothes with me, and they would give him a dress and tell him to use the girls' bathroom. And when I found that out, I filed grievances against the public school. And of course, they exonerated themselves, saying that under their nicknames policy, they're allowed to call him whatever he wants. And they're allowed to put him in dresses because he wants to wear it and it doesn't harm him in any way. And so there was just no place to go. It's virtually impossible in Texas to sue a school district because they have sovereign immunity. So this kept ramping up with my ex-wife until finally I look in the medical records with my ex-wife chose a pediatrician, Dr. Jennifer Pape, in Flower Mound, Texas, where I live. And Dr. Pape, in the medical records, it says that her and Miss Georgelis, my ex-wife, were planning on chemically castrating James at age 8 or 9. That's plain black and white in the medical records. So obviously I start to vociferously oppose this. I try to get a new pediatrician. I have to go to court to try to get a new pediatrician. That leads her to file another lawsuit against me for sole control of James.
So they were at what age were they looking to do this?
At age 8 or 9, they were going to chemically castrate him.
A lot to wrap up. Made it this far, man. I appreciate you. Lashana, we're gonna start with you. Lashana, we'll start with you. What's your thoughts?
Wow. I think what's sad is what he's highlighting is all the problems in the court system, like we said all night. Like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that that a school's able to do that and take away parents' rights and do whatever they want to do. I understand children. I think this case is twofold. So it's like, yes, you want the child to have a voice. And at the same time, they're saying the child did have a voice. And so he said he wanted to wear dresses. I don't know how the school played that out, why they put that kid in a dress. Like, I have no idea why a school system would put, like, if I send my kid to school with some clothes on, I expect when I pick the damn kid up, he's going to be in the clothes that I gave him. So I got a problem with the school system. I got a straight problem with the school system. I have a problem with any company in the United States that I can't sue. I have a problem with that. I really have a problem that I can't take recourse with a or institution or whatever that I feel like is doing something wrong. I have a problem with that. I think that's a huge, huge problem. I think that they shouldn't have sovereignty my ass. No, absolutely not. Absolutely. School system. I have all the other stuff is the other stuff, but I have a problem with the school system doing whatever they're doing. They're saying they were doing it behind his back and they were forcing him to transition. Like, there's so many pieces of this that just make me say, what? Like, what? How are you? Why are you? What is this? I don't understand. Like, so much. And we live in a day and age with cameras and all this other stuff. None of this is caught on tape. None of this. We don't have videos of any little thing except for that little video when he was little. Like, no middle schooler had a phone. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. It seems weird. It seems really, really weird, all of this. But the school system in this video pissed me off more than anything, that you're going to change my kids' clothes and do whatever you want to do behind my back. Then you take care of them. Let them go home with you. You feed them, you clothe them, you do whatever you want with them, because you're taking away parents' rights now. And that's a big problem. I think that's really, really huge. We said the court system did it earlier. Now you're telling me in the video that the school system did that. That's just way too much, and way too much wrong all in one story. I'll land with that.
I kind of get what you're saying. You're trying to say they crisis actors?
You said, say that again. I'm sorry.
I said, I kind of get what you're saying. They could be crisis actors.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell they are, but I know they're wrong. Like, I just don't get how you can change my kids' clothes, like, and not tell me, or you're doing it secret. Like, I just don't get it. Like, we've all talked on this station about CPS. Where the hell is CPS? Like, I don't understand. Like, how can they do that? Where's CPS? How do you know what's right? How do you know what's wrong? I think there's a bunch of pieces missing up in this piece. I think there's a bunch of pieces. Because I know if certain school districts, a kid can go to school and say something about their parent, any little thing, and CPS is in there. There's a whole case. You can't go home. They're protecting the kid. I don't know. I agree they don't do that in every state, but I just don't understand. There's just a bunch of like questions and red flags and all this stuff. Like, who bought the dresses for the kid? What, the school spent my taxpayer money and has a closet full of dresses? Like, what who voted? Where did that come from? Where did that happen? Like, so many questions that just wrong, just wrong, just wrong.
Respectfully. I'm gonna ask you the question too, so we could wrap it up at the same time. Question was, how can we protect children from chemical castration?
Ooh, that's such a deep question. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Here's the thing. I think Dirk was talking about this earlier about protecting children and all that. And I just got, I'm a woman in America, but I used to be a girl in America. And girls get violated so much in this country. So much. My grandmother, my mother, me, so much in this country. And now it's gotten to getting kids castrated. But we've been violating children for a very long time. Very, very long time. And I think because we've let the subtle things go on, that now we're at something really big. And I think we have to call people on their shit. Like, if you're a grown ass man, 30, 40, 50 years old, and you're hollering at a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, and we consider that normal, or that's just, he could do that and everybody just minds their own business, that's how we get to castration. Because we've let a child be violated verbally, and now it just keeps escalating to this situation here. I think we have to stop condoning the little things so that we can stop the big things. I just think that no, children should not be castrated. I understand if the little kid says that they want to be a girl and all that at 5 years old, not in this case, but in another case, I still don't think you should necessarily do it. Children change their mind. They're children who pretend they're dogs. Children change their mind. Their brain isn't fully developed yet. I think you can hear them, yes, but you also have to teach children how to deal with adversity. So you're not happy with a part of your body. Okay, but how do we make this better in the meantime? Until you get to be adult. And Dirk said it too. We didn't allow our children to get tattoos until they were like 21, 18, whatever the case was, until they were full-fledged adults. Because it's something permanent. So I just think, one, we have to parent our children and say, no to some degree. And I think we have to start with all of the things. If you're going to talk about it, like Sunny Moon talked about it, if we are letting, sex trafficking go on with girls and all this other stuff, it's the same kind of category. We're still letting children be abused. And we have to not let those things go anymore. Because it leads to this where we've got something big because we didn't control the little thing of somebody saying something inappropriate to somebody. Now it's gotten bigger and bigger, and now it's grown to this. So I think it's a hard one to tackle that, because each state has their own rights. And I do believe this is a political agenda with a small, tiny group of people. And I do believe that this is so not about this. I believe it's a money game, and it's about something else. So I think it's going to be hard to protect certain children in certain states, like Sunny Moon was talking about in her state. I think it's going to be very hard. I think you have to keep fighting for it if you live in that state and you have children and you're dealing with that. I think you don't give up the fight if your child's going through that or whatever the case is. But I think we have to say no. I think we got to say no, and we got to call people out on their shit. Everybody has a phone. Like, call people out, videotape them. We've got to do something. We've got to shed some light on some of this stuff. But we've got to stop condoning the small, because that's how we got to this big state like we are now. And we have to respect children and let them be children. Just because a girl has tits and ass does not mean she's an adult and you can treat her that way, or just take away her childhood because you don't realize that you just did that. And we've been doing that for generations. So now we're doing it just in a different format. Now it's a man thing. We're going to take away men's genitals. This is a big deal. But we've been taking away little girls' lives forever. Forever. I'll land with that.
Respectfully, I want to highlight something, because I was going to highlight it at the end, but you touched on it early. He was dropping names throughout the whole thing. He was naming the schools. He was naming some of the psychologists, naming that investigator that he said screwed him. So out of the thing, and that's what I wanted to ask y'all at the end. How do y'all feel about him dropping names, and you feel me, along the way, as far as accountability, showing people, who did what. So I would just want to touch on that. Reasonable, what's your thoughts? Then I'll ask you the question.
That video pissed me the hell off because I wish the fuck you would send my son home in a dress. Where do you have the right to do anything for my damn child? That to me is just astronomical because you're not their parent. You're not their guardian. How do you have the right as a school to do that? And I know me personally, you sent my son home in a dress. Oh, I'm coming to school and whoop some motherfucking ass. Because, Lord, and like LaShonda was saying, you are having parents buy tissues and cleaning wipes and Ziploc bags and all like whiteboard markers, but you're spending money on dresses? No. Mm-mm. That's not fine with me. I don't give a fuck what state, whatever. I'm coming to school, whoop some ass, you send my son home in a motherfucking dress. Don't touch my kids' clothes unless they got an accident and ripped their pants and the body, but put a pair of pants back on them. No. No. I don't even know why. And again, it goes back to just the control of the government that you're putting these laws into place that are allowing. To me, that's got to be some type of abuse. Like she was saying, where the fuck is CPS? Now you're abusing my child, putting him in a motherfucking dress. And no. My son should be protected at school just as much as he's protected at home. I have nothing else. Don't put my son in a motherfucking dress. End of story. Don't give a fuck how you feel, what your views are. Nothing like that.
Respectfully. And to highlight what you just said, that's what I wanted to say. And as far as the first video, that they just infringing on his rights. If y'all the parents, we put here to protect the children, and y'all allowing certain, certain restriction of his free will before they become an adult. It's crazy.
And then you're on board to castrate my child? Like, what? They didn't go to school to get castrated. They go to school to learn. How did castration become anything that's related to school whatsoever? Like, that shit is just mind-blowing that anybody will pass a law that allows somebody to make a decision to castrate your child. Like, I don't know.
And then my question goes to you. How can we protect children from chemical castration?
They wouldn't be going to motherfucking school, I can tell you that much. Let me find out that my son's school talking about them passing some castration law. No. And again, it is a norm at this point because we do normalize, and as much as it sucks to say that, as a country, we normalize child abuse. We normalize sexual abuse against children because there's nothing put into place to protect these children. Like, they walk out your house and it's like they're walking into a pit. You have government people who are pedophiles, and just because they're not exposed like everybody else is, like the normal smojo's exposed, you have people like Donald Trump at one point was put out there for possibly wanting to F his own kid. Like, so you have these people that are making these decisions who are pedophiles themselves. So you're the only person that your child has that can actually protect them. And like LaShonda was saying, sometimes it's your own people that be causing the sexual abuse. So then who protects that person then? It's a fucked up society that we live in, and we have to unite as people to protect our children. And there's nothing that's going to protect our children without us uniting to put things into place that allow our children just to be fucking children. The world is so gung-ho about making children adults, it's ridiculous. If you're a child and you're innocent, let them be a child and live innocently. I don't go out there. If my son doesn't come to me about a question, like, again, I always tell him to go to his dad because I don't want to talk to him about his penis and shit. But if my son doesn't approach me on questions like that, I don't go freely giving that information. When he was younger, I told him, like, yes, you don't let nobody touch your area. If somebody ever tries to touch your area, you come to me. But I don't go to my children and talk to them about stuff that they're innocent children. Let them learn and live at their level. They're going to learn about it at one point. That's when you step in as a parent and you guide them through that situation. But we're, as a society, we're pushing all these adult things on children. Let children just be. What happened to drinking out the hose and stomping in a mud puddle? Like now it's like, if you're not in a gang at 9 or if you're not out there sucking dick at 7, like it's like baffles me, but it's all because people are pushing that on our children instead of letting them just be children. Like I just don't. But again, it all comes and stems from our government, our people that oversee the United States as a whole. That these people are criminals themselves and they're sexual predators themselves, and they're the ones allowing to make these decisions. I'm gonna land my point with that.
Respectfully, Didder, what's your thoughts on the last video?
Pause it. What's up?
I said your thoughts on the last video.
My thoughts is that you got to be on the, I guess, the parent teacher thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine when I joined the gang going to the school and the teacher giving me a fucking bandana. You know what I'm saying? So
that'd be fire.
I don't.
You on the chat now, okay?
Yeah, it's like
the bill.
I don't know
I'm
why.
sorry, I think it's late. I'm damn tired.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Like in my mom, like I guess the school is trying to be supportive, but it's like that's an
I just got 6 written on the wall everywhere.
That's an awkward level of support. Like, is a you know what I mean? And it's like, again, I don't know. I mean, hey, I would have changed my son's school at that point, or homeschooled him, I guess, or you know what? I'm be honest with you. I am a give up parent. I give the fuck up. At some point, I'm not a fighter forever. That's not my nature. At that point, when the school is giving a nigga dresses and shit and all of this shit is going on, I would have been washed my hands. They would have been like, this nigga don't say. I would have been gave up. I respect him for not giving up, but I would have been gave up. The school is doing that. It's not. You can't win. And I don't know where that's in the budget at. I don't know what the fuck. Like, I don't know how they budgeting or who's buying. That's kind of like awkward too. Who's buying this? Who's picking up how they got his right size? How do they know his size of dress? Like they actually got a nigga come in there doing his measurements and shit, and then they go get the dress. Like, and how many dresses do they have? Or they just putting on one? It's just a lot. That's what I guess that I'm, because I know it's late. Everybody tired. I don't want to keep everybody up. That's all it did was create a bunch of questions for me.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't think I'm ever, that me, based on who I am, I won't do the research. I don't give a fuck enough to go find out the answers. But yeah, it did create a bunch of questions. Like, because it's 5, I'm doing school shopping. I'm doing school shopping for my son right now. We already got him 2 pair of sneakers. I got him about 9 outfits, 10 shirts. And I'm thinking about getting him some more pants and stuff to mix and match or whatever. That's a lot of outfits, I feel like. But it's 5 days in a week, Monday through Friday. Do y'all have 5 different dresses? Or you're putting on the same dress? And then who's washing the dresses? That's what I'm saying. It's just a bunch of questions. Is he just wearing a dress on Monday? He gives the dress back before he leaves the school, and then you give it back to him tomorrow. So he's wearing the same dress every day. That's not even it's not even about him being gay no more. Now he's just dirty. Now you a dirty gay nigga? That is awkward.
A dirty girl.
Yeah.
Dirty
not
girl
even
boy.
being like I don't know how supportive this mother's with it or not with it, but if they was giving him tampons to show up his ass because he wanted a tampon because he wanted to feel more girly, would she be cool with that? It's just like, it's just too much. It's sad. You know what I mean? And you know, hey, I guess unlike I guess like them, I gotta address it. I guess address it. I don't know. All right, so yeah.
My question to you is, how can we? How can we protect children from chemical castration?
Chemical castration?
Yes, sir.
They can. Well, how do you chemically castrate somebody? You just pour acid on their dick?
No. It's a shot. Puberty is a puberty blockers. It's this thing that it stops called precocious what the hell is it? Puberty.
See, this is what, you know, and I'm not, it's gonna sound like I'm joking, but I'm so serious. My mother died from cancer. You feel me? And I know that if people wasn't worrying about chemically castrating kids and shit, we probably would have a cure for cancer. We need to let's get our scientists together and focus on finding cures for cancer instead of how to chemically castrate a fucking, what the fuck is science doing? That's what y'all creating? Things to chemically castrate? Who the fuck comes up with this? What was you even trying to create when you end up chemically creating the like, what the fuck was you in your lab? Like, oh my God. I don't have time for that shit, son. That's no movie. I don't know how to protect my kid from chemical castration. I don't know how to protect myself from that. I might chemically get castrated. I don't fucking know what's going on.
You already went through puberty.
Like, that shit is weird as fuck. I thought the only castration was somebody actually cutting your shit off. I didn't know they had chemicals. I'm like, now I'm scared to go out and eat at a fast food restaurant.
Put a mask on.
Yeah, like, I'm still worried about COVID fake on the low. I just heard niggas was throwing up from eating that Taco Bell. Now chemical castration. Nigga, nah, son. It's just too, like, we wasting our fucking powers. I'm not, my son, I'm gonna tell him, don't take no shots, no vaccination. I don't know how to protect you. I'm first learning how to protect me. It's me first. So I don't get fucking chemically castrated. And then whatever worked for me, I'm gonna give to him. You do this shit too. Like,
they did it to him already because you didn't protect him.
My son's already been chemically castrated?
No, at your rate, he's gonna be because you're worried about you being chemically castrated, but you were going through puberty, so I'm not understanding this. Protect our son. Do not let him get a shot in his ass to chemically castrate him.
Hold on, wait. What does castration mean? What does it mean? Because I thought it mean they cut your dick off. That's not right.
We're talking about chemically.
Chemically cutting your dick off.
No, they give you a shot that is supposed to stop your hormones and stuff for you to be able to go through puberty. So you're not going to keep growing your male hormones. Castration you're thinking about is like when they burn shit and they cut it off.
Yeah.
We're talking about chemical.
Yeah, that's what castration means.
I'll be the one that protects our son to make sure he don't get no motherfucking chemical castration done.
I don't think y'all know what castration means. Y'all need to probably, because I know what castration is. I'm not a professional in it or nothing, but I know what it means. If somebody castrates you, it means to cut your dick off.
From a man perspective,
so chemical castration is the use of medication or drugs that sharply lowers sex hormone level, testosterone. That is what chemical castration is.
What's the purpose of it?
So the nigga can be more of a bitch. That's what I'm saying,
Yes.
yo.
It stops testosterone, so then your body's not producing testosterone, so you're gonna have a little peener, and you're not gonna have no
You
male
won't be able to
testosterone.
produce. You won't be able to produce sexually, so you could make children, basically.
So you're not gonna just be interested in no hoes. Just
So I will be the one that protects our son because he's worried about himself. Who's went through puberty?
So you mean you're not gonna be looking at girls, not even get that feeling.
Does it work on testicular cancer?
Now hold on, I'm gonna give him some credit. The drug started out experimental, and they said that what the first test it started out experimental, and their first like subjects was going after prostate cancers and certain other cancers, and then and they was going to do it for sex offenders, so they couldn't I guess repeat or whatever.
How did they start giving it to kids? How did that? First, you're trying to protect the kids by giving it to sex offenders. Then you give it to the kids. This is awkward as fuck.
It's still nowhere legal, like on paperwork legal. They just still in the experimental. Now they moved on to kids. They done, like I said, they done
That's
went.
not how experiments work. What happened to the fucking hamsters?
Money. You got to think about it. We live in a capitalist society, and if someone has like testicular cancer, let's just say that cancer of the balls, whatever. If they're in stage 4, you just lost your clientele. So they're looking for a market that'll be around for a while, so they can make more money. Capitalism.
And then they realized that, all right, let's try it on these kids to stop their cancer they don't even have. And oh shit, this ain't even stopping cancer. It's chemically castrating them. All right, we still got it. Look, we still in business. Let's put this on the stock market. We good. This is awkward as fuck. That's why I don't have time. I'm changing my role model. I used to love George Washington Carver because he created peanut butter and he was a scientist. Now I'm like, fuck scientists. Fuck all science. I'm not fucking with y'all niggas is weird. Y'all trying to chemically castrate the kids. And then y'all want to, they playing, I don't know how to, I just found out about this today. So
they work for the government. So they do what the government says because they pay that salary.
Can they fix the fucking potholes instead of cutting the kids' dicks off? Can they fix that?
Mom Donnie is working fast. Shout out to Mom Donnie.
They working for the kids. They working for the government. The government. What the fuck is the government doing? Niggas was shit they ass off. Niggas almost died. Oh man, you know what the problem is? They gonna keep castrating the kids, and they're gonna send out a stimulus check, and everybody gonna be clapping. Woo, got a stimulus check. We lit now. Woo, we lit.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
This is weird. I don't want to be involved. That's why I'm happy. I don't fuck with niggas. I don't even know. And you better not chemically castrate our kid because I'm suing.
No, I'm the one protecting him because you was worried about yourself first.
I have to. I got something that can be castrated. You just can't throw castrations around. You need, when you first, you got to think like, if somebody said they was doing mastectomies, is it a mastectomy?
Somebody come in the room. Everybody here, get down and get castrated. You're not gonna think you're gonna get down, but you ain't gonna think you can get castrated. It's gonna be definitely a threat to us.
Yeah. You gotta think about yourself being. If you could be castrated, what is a mastectomy when they cut the titties off?
Yes,
that's a mastectomy. So yeah, if I had to protect my daughter from a mastectomy, I'm gonna protect her all day long first. However,
so you just fuck mom.
Yeah, I protect you too, but when now my area is in jeopardy too, or it could be threatened. Yes, it's me first. I apologize. Self-preservation is one of the realities of life. I would hope that he would protect himself too. I wouldn't be shocked if I end up getting chemically castrated and he didn't get chemically castrated because he was protecting himself. I would respect it. Like, it'd be one of those situations like in the movie, they'd be like, you run, I got it. You know, they say you run, you get away. They're going to let them do it to me. He said that to me. I'm a run.
You gonna respect it. You lie like a motherfucker. You're not about to live the rest of your life without your dick, nigga.
No, I said if he say it to me, I'm a run. If he say keep going, nigga.
Hey, man, save yourself. And then
I got you, Dad. Keep going, Dad. Got you. He's gonna be like, I'm going, son. See you later. Fuck
He gonna
no.
hear about that shit for the rest of his life too. So is you. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm fighting for my son. I got his back.
He'll be
Sunny
doing that.
Moon. What's your thoughts on the last vid?
What did you say?
I said, what's your thoughts on the last vid?
Well, I think that he's able to call those people out. All they do is go to, like I said previously, and do the same thing. Are they in
Can y'all hear her?
other states?
Yeah.
We can't hear you that good, Sonny.
Is this better?
Yeah. It's coming. It's like your voice is getting louder as you get closer.
Okay. Is this better?
Better.
Okay. I'm happy that he said the names of the people because all they do is go to other states and encourage other states to do the same thing. And hopefully, their names that can help people not want to go their way. That's all.
Yep. I can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all was waiting for me the whole time.
Yeah, she disappeared. I don't know what happened to her.
I know, right? I was like just looking at me. I didn't know because my shit was going in and out. I was waiting for Leafy was going crazy. All right, Sonny Moon, last question. How can we protect children from chemical castration?
She's not in here no more.
She's gone.
Oh, she gone. Oh, she right back. That's why. I don't know if she left. All right, cool, Billy. What's your thoughts?
Yo. What?
What's your
How
thoughts
you-
on the last vid?
How you protect kids from castration? That's what it was, right?
What's your thoughts first? But if you ain't got no thoughts, if your thoughts is the same thing as the question, you can go into both.
Yeah. Thoughts on what?
The video about the boy coming home in a dress, the school put him in a dress.
That shit's crazy, bro. I wish a nigga would.
Facts. That's what I said. I wish the fuck you would.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm blowing the school up. All right. Let me go. We bypass that. All right. That's y'all laying with that. You can blow this fucking school up. Then
how can we protect children from chemical castration?
see, well, it's crazy because niggas is just doing what they want to do with your kid now. So how can you protect it? You know what I'm saying? Niggas is going behind your back and throwing a skirt on your little man without your consent or nothing. So I think the only way to do that is homeschool. You're gonna have to homeschool niggas. Homeschool your kids, man. Homeschool your kids. Train your kids and firearm protection. Okay?
Facts.
Don't have them go to school and kill the kids. No, we're not talking about that, people, viewers. No. I'm just saying properly train them and how to handle themselves. That's it. Homeschool them, keep them near you, man. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Ain't that what the little nigga said? Ain't that what was that trend going around? I forgot who said that, but yeah, hide your kids, hide your wife, man. Shit. I land, bro.
Respectfully, everybody land. I ain't even gonna ask if y'all crash or landed. Y'all landed today. Y'all rocking with me 3:38, almost 4. We landed. Shout out to you at home. Appreciate you rocking with me. You already know. Like, share, subscribe. Share with a friend if you appreciate the content, man. It does a lot. Appreciate, means a lot, does a lot. Panel, respect to y'all. Y'all already know what's good, man. Love and light to y'all always. And this thing out. Younger was awarded with supervised visitation, but he tweeted on November 19th that
It's a
he's
long
not.
flight. Where we headed? We must be going overseas somewhere.
Nah, I'm just giving you
Going
the last little
Hawaii. Headed to Hawaii on this one. Long flight. All
I
right.
think we passed Hawaii already.
Let's go. I'm here.
round trip. But yeah, the last little bit of info that I guess that would up to current updates. I'm not sure up to this or after this. Is that he had got some supervised visitation, but he denied it because there's certain things that they want him to do. They want to address him as Luna. They don't want him to say his James. They don't want him to address that'll be a form of child abuse. He can get arrested for that. So he said he's just gonna, talk to him through letters and stuff like that until whatever comes up. I just want to send out love and light. Hey, to everybody, man. The thing wasn't about James. I don't think it was about Ann, and I don't think it was about Jeff. It was about the conversation, like you said, them trying to divide us. And we got to come together. We got to recognize the play from a long way. We got to recognize that what's going on. And you feel me? Shout out to the trans. Shout out to everybody that's an adult that can make that has free will that can make that decision. Kids, no bueno, man. No bueno. That's when there's some PDF shit going on, and that's the shit that we gotta get in front of. We gotta stand up and talk about that. I felt it was a good conversation. How about y'all?
Yes.
Yes.
Respectfully. So until the next one, tap in. Tomorrow, Friday. You already know HSA. We here tomorrow. Tap in, man. We here every Monday to Friday, man. So tap in, man. Any final thoughts, people? Ready to get up out of here?
This flight is landed. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, man. Get my
Exit to the left.
I need to get my motherfucking bag, yo.
You already. I appreciate
it,
y'all.
airport.
To the next time, man. Love.
Panel, ladies, sisters, love and respect. Thank you so much for your point of view, as always.
Yes.
Family, cousins. Love y'all. Peace out.
Night, cuz.
Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.